Hello. Hi. Blade Runner, congratulations on getting first place yet again. The crown stands upon your head for a little longer. Ow! Why am I not? Can somebody throw a tentacle at my head again real fast? I just want to test something. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. I want you to hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit. The tentacles have no sound effects on my end. Do you guys hear anything? Ow, ow. How interesting. Why, though? Why? Why, oh, why must my little darling be weird? Oh, why is it so weird? With its ears cut short and its tail cut low. Oh, why is it weird? Hold on. Sound settings. Hold on, I can fix this. I can fix this. Output device. Music. All right, somebody try throwing a tentacle at me. Let me see how this works. Go! Fire! Hit! Fire away! Pelt me with tentacles! Damn it. Ow. Is my... Wait for it. One more time! I saw the redeem move. I saw the redeem. Hold on. We have bigger issues right now. Huh. Nothing is working. Why? What did you guys... Ow. What did you guys do? What nefarious, horrific, horrible things did you guys do to my stream? It's totally your fault, not mine. What did you imbeciles do? We didn't do nothing. You sure about that? You sure about that? You absolutely fucking sure about that? Let's see. FPS resolution enabled. Okay, that works. Whatever that works. What was that? Fontoon VTuber, hello, welcome in. Thank you for the fall. That definitely worked just now. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Silent pegging. Wait. My mouth shut off. It was supposed to say silent tentacle. You know what? Never mind. No, shut up. Oh, we getting hickey now? What? All right, we're all crazy now. We're all crazy. We're all a little bit weird. Hold on. Wait for it. Oh, yes, I have solved our issues. Look at that. Audio. Okay, there. We fixed our issues. What do you mean we're getting hickeys now? Is chat all like showing off little bug bites on their necks? You know how it goes. Ow, 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 ow. Hi, Tropical Bear. Hey, it's been a while. Welcome back. Hi, WD Gaster. What are you giving me the ellipses for, huh? I said nothing sus. Everything I say is absolutely say so and wholesome. It is your fault. Ow. If you misinterpreted it and bring it to a different, bring it into the gutter. That's on you, not me. Ow. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Moo. Hi, Duke. Hi, Napoleon. Hi, meme wizard. Ow. Hi, Star. Yes, you may send me the filthy, disgusting images from Sin if you so wish. Hi, Feather. You went into Mickey voice. Autocorrect doesn't like Mickey. Oh, that must be Disney. Disney's like trying to be like, hey, how dare you try and mention our specific IP? I shall hit you with the massive ban hammer of 1,000 suns. But yeah, how is everybody? Chicken strip time. Why are we stripping a chicken and why was it wearing clothes in the first time? Huh? I'm so glad I finally caught stream every time I want to watch is a Thursday. Yeah, I don't stream on Thursdays because that's my D&D day. I have a life. I go out, maybe not touch grass, but I go out and meet friends. Yeah, how is everybody doing? Is that kind of night? I know, right? We're getting like downright dirty and nasty. We're gonna take off the chicken's clothes. We're gonna get some little dirty dancing on the floor. Gonna go back home, dress it up real nice. You know what I mean? One of the few companies more litigious than Nintendo, Disney. I would actually say Disney is less litigious than Nintendo because Disney will still allow fan projects to like exist and do their thing. Nintendo goes like aggressively after non-profit fan projects and does everything they can to shut them down. I 100% believe that Nintendo's so much worse than Disney when it comes to lawyers. Oh, you don't like chicken strips? That's fine. I mean, look, when you dress up a chicken, you gotta do it real nice. You gotta give it some sauce. You gotta give it some salt and pepper, some garlic powder, some onion powder, you got to make sure to beat it down just right so it's nice and tenderized. And then you cover it with a little bit of flour, egg drench it in its own babies. And then you put it again in some panko. You fry that whole thing. Let the sizzling of its last Let the sizzling of its last breaths guide you to a new heaven. And then when it's all crispy and done, you cut it up into its little segments to enjoy bit by bit. Now that's how you enjoy a good fried chicken. Disney has sued a daycare for a Disney art mural and a school for doing an outside showing in the linking. Yeah. Let's be real, they're both pretty bad. It's a constant competition of which one's going to be worse. Nintendo attacked a charity gaming event because they were going to use Nintendo-owned games. Yeah, I remember that. I remember there was like a lot of things going around back and forth of like, hey, this is bad. But look, at the end of the day, we can all acknowledge every company is bad. Big pharma bad, big corpa bad. We should all retire to the countryside, cut off all access to gas and electricity, and we should just be our own kings. We should be the kings of our own little lands, build little log cabins out in the wilderness, use nothing but firewood and water mills for power. It'll be great. I guarantee that will not go bad. I mean, Disney even went after children's headstones. What? Whoa, what? You're going to need to explain that one a little more, Moo. That needs some explanation, some exposition, if you know what I mean. Hi, Robin. Have you ever been so mad at a game you thought of planning a terror attack on the owning company? No. I'll be honest. The only times I got tilted at a game were back in the days of Overwatch and League. Those two were the only games I ever got tilted on. And it was over very silly things. Mostly just like people like playing stupid or me doing stupid things. I've never been mad at the company that designed, or I've never been mad at a dev company or a publishing company to that extent. Hi, Saga. How are you? Why not start a revolution? Can you hear the people sing? They are angry over the game cartridges. Hi, Eris. Hello, Raiders. Welcome in. Hi, Eris. God fucking damn it, Eris. You and your big cock simulator. Welcome in, Raiders. If you don't know me, my name is Magical Prince John John. I'm an Eldritch Prince. We are currently just sitting around and shooting the breeze. How was Muse Dash, Eris? You fucking gremlin. We ever throwing the government here? Hey, dangerous words to be throwing around right now. All right, let's be real here. Sometimes they pay them to win games to get me real mad. Wait, what? Wait, Tropical Bear, you're also going to need to elaborate on that. What do you mean pay to win games? It says Muse Dash, Eris, I wouldn't trust your shout-out settings for the life of me. I wouldn't trust them further than I can throw you, and I have weak arms. I am more likely to believe that you were playing Big Cock Simulator than I am to believe that the world is about to erupt into fire and flames tomorrow. Muse Dash is good. I used to play it all the time a couple years back. People have been trying to get me to play Muse Dash. Everything I see of it. What lesson? I'm like, I get why people like Muse Dash, but every time I look at it, it seems like the kind of game that I'd be very, very bad at. It seems like the kind of game that I would suck absolute balls at. The big what simulator? The Big Cock Simulator, where you play as a chicken running around. The chicken's the size of Godzilla, running around in the middle of a city and screaming your head off. It's going to be great. Someday we'll also play the Big Cock Simulator. But Eris, thank you for the raid. If you need a chill, if you need to get some food, some water, you do what you need to do. Oh, hey, Revy, what's up? Feel free to relax, or if you just want to join the conversation on Disney versus Nintendo, here we go. We're gonna get canceled today. John has no rhythm. No, I really suck at rhythm. Like, not even joking. My sense of rhythm is horrendous. Where you play as, hold it right there. You know no one plays it because it never came out. Wait, did it? I thought I saw the game on Steam. I thought it had an actual price point. Was I wrong? No, it's actually on Steam. There's a Big Cock Simulator on Steam. I let these spiders live in my house, then I keep finding them dead. Useless roommates can't even catch bugs for me. Hey, look. Moo, the reality is I live in a area where the bugs can kill the spiders. So, be thankful you don't live in my area. There's nothing more terrifying than to walk outside and see this gigantic beetle devouring a spider's carcass. Then you go like, oh, nature's real fucky-wucky. What's up, Revy? Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. You don't sound Australian? I'm not Australian. I've never lived outside the US, but I have visited. I have traveled a lot, but no, I do not live in Australia. Red flag hockey picture sense. Enjoy. Oh no. It's on Steam, but it never came out. Oh, huh. I genuinely thought that game had actually come out. I stand corrected. Maybe it's a good idea you don't play Muse Dash. Watching you would likely be upsetting. Oh, 100%. Let me be clear. Watching me play Muse Dash or watching me play any rhythm game is probably the most frustrating thing you can possibly imagine. Control the spider population by releasing a bunch of lizards. Okay, look, let me put it this way. If I were to release a bunch of lizards into my home, 3 things would happen. 1, Loki and Thor would hunt down every single one of them chew them up, then spit them out on the carpet. Without fail, every single lizard and frog that has gotten into our home has been eradicated. 2, the alternative, where they see all the dead insects by my bug zapper, try to lick the bug zapper, and then proceed to perform, how do I put this? Barbecued frog legs all by themselves. Remember I told the story. One of them lit itself on fire. Or 3, they lick the... So around the house, we have these little lamps that illuminate this like sticky paper. It's like basically fly traps. You can set them up around your house. They plug into an outlet. They light themselves up. And then the idea is that the blue light attracts insects. They get stuck on the paper and die. What I found was one day I found a frog with its tongue glued to the sticky paper, trying to like drag it across the floor because it couldn't get free. So what I've learned is reptiles in the area I live do not have a super high IQ and do not have problem solving skills. I'm Team Disney because there hasn't been a single Nintendo game that actually interested me. Oh, that's fair, honestly. But I think we're more discussing like which one is worse when it comes to like suing people. Teach them why Godzilla is played by a person, not a lizard. That's absolutely fair, honestly. Control the spider lizard by releasing control the spider population by releasing lizards, then you have a lizard problem. Invest in more cats to address the lizard problem, then you have more cats. That's literally the like, isn't that like how the sugar cane toads or something like that became a problem? People were trying to get rid of mosquitoes, so they introduced sugar toads to the area, and it turned out the sugar toads were actually like insanely invasive. So they started like actually destroying the local ecological wildlife, and then it got really, really bad from there. Or just have a cat to hunt the lizard. There's a limitation to how many dead lizard bodies I can find around the house, okay? I can't take much more of this. On fire, called it Charmander. I hate that. Almost jumped off my family's four-wheeler yesterday because there was a spider on my leg and it scared the living shit out of me. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. There's been too many times where I would just feel like something climbing on me. It's either like a black widow or a brown recluse, and I just had to like slap it off immediately and pray for my life that doesn't bite me. Ugh. Bleach their bones and sell them to those creepy oddity collectors? Is that a thing? Is there actually people who just like buy like skeletons of lizards? That's so disturbing. Yeah, they have whole conventions for it. Why? Who is buying these things and for what purpose? Why do you want a de-fleshed lizard skeleton? Get enough of them and you can make a meal of crispy critters. I hate that. I despise that. That's disturbing. No, like, we've kind of gotten used to it. Basically, what I've had to do is the construction for this house is really, really bad. There's a lot of like openings in the patio doors and windows for insects and lizards to crawl in. So I basically had to go around the house sealing everything up with like duct tape and sticky pads just to make sure that there was no openings left for them to abuse. Like goth people and LARPers, they make crafts and art out of little critter bones. That sounds insanely morbid and not at all hygienic. Not at all hygienic. Also, I can't remember the last time I went to a convention. I feel like the very, very last convention I ever went to was Anime Expo back in like, oh god, 2015. It was around the year when Kill la Kill came out, and everybody was walking around as like the naked people with like just the straps and like army gear. Do you know what I'm talking about? What I can't remember the name of the characters, but basically in the anime Kill la Kill, there's like this group that refuses to wear clothing, and for some reason half the convention just turned up basically butt naked. Nudist beach, yeah. Like this. Hold on, let me see if I can find like images of it that won't get me canceled, we'll say. Nudist beach Kill la Kill. This might be quote unquote safe. Honestly, kind of hard to tell. Here, hold on. So just picture this, right? Picture an entire convention hall of people just walking around wearing this, including the women, which actually, looking at the outfits now, I'm desperately trying to figure out how they got access. I am 90% sure that destroys any like rules the convention had set. Hold on. I might regret this. Kill la Kill nudist beach cosplay. Okay, hold on. Where's my sensor? Gotta get the sensor ready just in case. Okay. Images. Okay, yeah. This is basically what the entire convention looked like. Just that. A bunch of people just walking around dressed in that. And it, how do I put this? The thing that a lot of people didn't realize was when you have a bunch of mostly naked people walking around, the body odor in the middle of summer is horrendous. You really, like, clothes are there for a reason. Deodorant is used for a reason. When you have a convention hall packed full of sweaty, sometimes a little overweight, sometimes a little too many body folds, people all packed into a very, very tight space, it creates a musk in the air, and you realize that the humidity in the building is not due to outside weather, is not due to any kind of condensation. You realize it is the evaporated sweat off of people's bodies that is currently clinging to your skin. And I think that's the reason why I stopped going to conventions. I think that experience right there is why I just stopped going to any kind of anime convention. I was just like, I'm done. I don't want to experience this ever again. Sweat and heavy breathing usually does it in buildings with lots of people. I can't tell if you're trying to make an innuendo there or not, Feathers. Technically, if they're going commando, aren't they breaking con rules? So I want to say a lot of them were wearing... I think the women were wearing nipple tape, and I think they were all wearing like Speedos or underwear. So I think that just barely passed by convention rules. I'm pretty sure they updated the rules for cosplay and what's like allowable after those particular years. But yeah, it was basically during the years where like Kill la Kill like was the golden baby of anime, where everybody was upholding it as like the standard of creativity, and you had two factions of people who either loved it or people who desperately hated it. That's why I never liked going to the gym at the end of the day. The musk was too much. I used to go to a gym located right at the edge of the beach. And a lot of the regulars would come in from after surfing at the beach, like either surfing or swimming at the waves, come in, use the gym showers, and go straight to working out. So you had this really weird musk at the end of the day where it was like a mixture of like human body sweat and salt water and seaweed. Not a great combination. I think before I left, they had to install air filters just to make sure that people weren't like dying of the stench. Breathing heavier than normal and moving around, sweating increases the humidity in a building by 20 to 40%. Yeah, I mean, that's why gyms have very, very good ACs, right? Because if it wasn't for that, it would be unbearable. You'd have like a little pocket of human byproduct. Congrats, John John. Your gym probably smelled like a pirate ship. Yeah, probably, in all honesty. Probably. Like the brig of a pirate ship. Now you too can experience what it feels like by going to my gym and working out there for about an hour. The stench might knock you out, but don't worry, it's all for the greater good. Yeah. Sorry. I've been really sleepy lately. I don't know why. I actually need to get back to working out. Definitely putting on a bit of a paunch. Anybody here go rock climbing or bouldering? I feel like that's the one type of exercise or workout that I have that's the only one that I can like really enjoy. I don't know how people lift weights. It feels so repetitive and boring to me. Like even if I bring like music or listen to a podcast, it's always just super hard for me to enjoy just lifting weights and just bench pressing, curling, squatting. It just feels mind numbing. Have you tried sleeping? You know, you would assume that would be the answer to my problems, Tropical Bear, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, sleep doesn't do shit for how tired I am. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I have sleep apnea, and I haven't gotten the proper machine for it, which is really, really bad for my health. Let me tell you right now. I spelunk. Feathers, isn't that dangerous? Isn't that the whole thing where like exploring caves is not exactly safe? I feel that I prefer functional strength training. Just lifting weights is mind numbing. Yeah, pretty much. It's not mentally engaging enough to make me stay invested. So I have problems with weightlifting. How about 100 milligrams of caffeine? Caffeine doesn't work on me. Unfortunately, caffeine has no effect on my mind. It sucks. It's horrific, but goddamn. Good night, friends. Sleep well. When sleepy, just stick your hand in boiling water. Wifey, could you put on the kettle, dear? I need to boil my hand like a lobster. I'm going to spread butter on it and knob it off my wrist when it's dead. Gonna give myself third-degree burns just to make sure I stay awake. I like weightlifting, but I haven't done that in a while. Rock climbing sounds like fun, but I'm never going to be able to do it or know that I want to. That sounds hard. It's not as hard as you'd expect. A lot of rock gyms usually have like paths for beginners so you can train up and make your way up to more advanced routes. But yeah, you'll be fine, Moo. I'm sure you're a big, strong boy. Can I have some buttered John hand? Yeah, sure. I'll chop off a finger or two for you. Chat, you can all share one finger of mine buttered in like, what's that one Irish butter? buttered in that one store-bought, really nice Irish butter, and you can all share that between you all. One of you can have one of the joints, one of you can have like the marrow bone. I shouldn't have to say this, but here we are. Don't stick your hand in boiling water. How could you ruin our entertainment? What if we want to stick our hand in boiling, scalding water? What if we want to give ourselves serious burn? Don't do this. Don't do this. What if we want to give ourselves serious burns and turn our skin red and crispy? Who are you to stop us? No, please don't actually put your hand in boiling water. It's a horrible idea. The only time that you can put your hand in boiling water and be fine is if you're one of those like really wrinkled, tough Asian ladies who literally test how hot the water is by just submerging their whole hand in and going like, yeah, that's pretty good, and then pulls it out. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I swear, like, Asian grandmas have like this skin buff, the skin defense buff, where they can just stick their hand in like a boiling pot of soup and be like, yeah, tastes good. I'm just sitting there going like, Grandma, you know how hot that is, right? She's like, yeah, it's not that bad. You're fucking insane, Grandma. The old lady adds flavor. Is that how Hansel and Gretel fell? Is that why they stuck her in the oven? Needed that extra seasoning on the oven walls. I do need to put my foot in almost boiling water for healing purposes. Basically, super fucking hot sink water. Ugh. Oh, God. You know what? Ooh. It actually gives me a random memory. You know what I want to do if I get super, super rich? Let's just say I have like big fuck off money. I want to get a bath and just put a bunch of these little tiny fishes that they have at Asian foot baths. And at these baths, what you're supposed to do is you submerge your feet into it, and all these little tiny fishes come and start nibbling at the dead skin on your feet. So that when you pull your foot out, it's like nice and clean and the fish get fed. Now, imagine a whole bathtub filled with those. You don't need to do any upkeep. You can just get in the water. You can have them clean you from head to toe. You won't have to worry about any dead skin. And then you just pop on out and you can go take a regular shower if you want. And your skin will feel silky smooth. I don't know if it's good. I just want to try it just once. Wear a speed. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you should probably wear like some kind of covering for your groin. It's the same with Latina women flipping things in a pan with their bare hands at the flip. I've seen that. There's like this Latina lady over at my local farmer's market who serves not quesadillas. What is it? It was in Encanto, the thing her mother likes to make. It's like the little pastry, like little dough pastry filled with cheese. I forgot what it is, but basically, yeah, she like makes those at her griddle at her stall, and she literally just flips them with her bare hands, just like wee, wee, wee. It's insane. Empanadas? No, not empanadas. I swear it begins with a Q. It's made with a corn flour. What if you just put Twitch chat in the bathtub and we all ate the dead skin on your feet? Huh? Nani the fuck? What, bear? Arepas. Yes, thank you, fried chicken. Arepas. Yeah. No, she's just flipping like scorching hot arepas with her bare hands. Like there's oil on them and everything. She's like, no, she doesn't give two shits. When I cook things in the oven and it comes out, I just grab it off the cooking tray without any mitts or tongs, just drop it on the plate. That's insane behavior. That's like, sounds like a good way to burn your fingers. I will not participate in anything remotely resembling that bathtub scenario. Oh, the one where you're all eating the dead skin off my feet? Yeah. Here's, how about this? New stream idea. Chat eats John John's dead skin. You'll get so many views. I promise you. Everyone will get their 5 minutes of fame. I'm recoiling in disgust just mentioning it. Oh god, it sounds so disgusting. Now get the fuck back here, Moo. Make sure to get a feet cam in there, you'll go famous. Apparently there's a website where you can just look up people's feet. And there's some streamers who compete on their wiki feet score of basically how many feet pictures has people managed to gather across the web. I did look. I'm not on there as far as I can tell. As far as I can tell. Arepas, look them up. It's basically a flatbread that's like thicker, filled with salty cheese that becomes stringy when heated up. Yeah. What fried chicken's describing. The wife and I tried to make it once, but we didn't manage to succeed. I think we fucked up on the dough. We have to farm your WikiFeet score. I don't want to farm my WikiFeet score, all right? I don't want to... Hold on. There's no appeal to me farming my WikiFeet score. Nobody benefits from that. You're all going, what is it? You're all going to be disgusted by this. No one's going to enjoy that. Why would you want that? Nobody wants that. I can make serious money. Oh God. I am curious. I am sincerely curious if there are people who make a living off of selling their feet photos, and I do want to know how much they make. Like, how profitable is that? How much money? I would assume it's mostly women who benefit off this, because I feel like men are much more outspoken about their horny tendencies. But I cannot imagine how much money you'd make off of this, especially nowadays with like the internet basically dominating all free not safe for work images. Let's see. Fried chicken LOL. Sorry, hate to tell you this, Jarl. Fried chicken's not on there. How unfortunate. 40 to 100K? No way. Fetish is profitable. Why do you think OnlyFans exists? Yes, I get that. But I'm also just like how much money can you make specifically selling just pictures of your feet? Like, because here's the thing, right? At a certain point, surely you run out of content. Well, actually, then again, I guess people always like looking at boobs. Because I'm like trying to imagine, like, if you've seen one picture of people's feet, haven't you seen them all? Right? Like, if you saw one picture of, God, I don't know, Shakira's feet, you now know what Shakira's feet look like. Is there any appeal in seeing more pictures of Shakira's feet? So, doesn't that mean that at a certain level, you're just hitting a barrier because people are now like, okay, I saw your feet, I'm satisfied, I can move on. The dough's not too hard, but it becomes significantly easier if you can get your hands on a brand like Maseka. Yeah, we're using just general like corn flour when we tried to make the arepas. You'd be surprised, John. Did you see when Chugga Conroy, I have no idea who that is, got canceled over being a foot freak? He was getting the girl shoes and would receive used shoes, socks, pictures of her with the shoe socks. I guess, yeah, you could dress them up. I guess it's basically lingerie, but for feet. That's a bizarre thought. That is a interesting thought. I guess, yeah, like if you can just keep on finding ways to dress up the feet and then you keep taking pictures of them, eventually you're just going to keep satisfying different fetishes. Gotta hide my search history. Moo doesn't want us to know what Moo's into. Moo's actually into belly buttons. You heard it here now. Moo really likes them belly buttons. He likes the innies. He likes the outies. He likes the folds. He likes the exposed. He likes those who are dirty. He likes those who are clean. Moo's really into belly buttons. He's also doing really weird role plays all related to feet. And he'd make comments about her having big stinky feet. This sounds like a bit. Everything you're describing, Chicken, sounds like a bit. I mean, I've seen many butts, boobs, and dicks, and I still want to see more. Oh, that's fair. When you first said Shakira, I totally thought we were going to go in the Shigeru Miyamoto direction. What? Oh, is this the whole thing where, like, everything that Shigeru Miyamoto makes has, like, feet? Like, I know, like, there's a bunch of memes about, like, how many feet shots there were in the latest Death Stranding. I totally get midriff, though. I mean, I guess if you, like, I get liking abs. I don't understand just liking the midriff. I'm just like, it's just like a slight curve. There's nothing there. John is the kind of guy who opens a glass jar just to see what's inside. Hey, I don't need to be called out right now, right? Yes, I have opened up glass jars before just to see what was inside. I did open up a glass jar filled with some really, really disgusting mold just to see what the mold looked like, all right? Don't you call me out, Knifehead. This is a safe space. I am well at my rights to like what I like. Did you open the jar when you saw a pony inside it? Is this a reference to the when you put a figure in a jar and then guys do unwholesome things to it? It's moldless mold. Aren't you curious to how the mold has spread? Don't you want to know like how the mold is like spiderwebbed across the food? Like what kind of mold it is? What color it is? What does like really developed mold look like? Doesn't it excite your brain? No, I just thought you were going to say Shigeru. Oh, no. The OG story of that John was with a My Little Pony figure. I hate that. Why do you have to defile the My Little Pony figure? That's what the bread is for. Look, there have been multiple times where I forgot some leftovers in the fridge. And I was like, you know what? I'm very curious as to what could be in this. I open it up and I'm like, wow, that's so cool. I did not know mold could be black. I did not know mold could turn a vibrant blue. I did not know mold could completely cover the surface of a liquid. Doesn't that intrigue you? Don't you want to know how it happened? What does it do? Black mold is bad. Yeah, I know. I immediately sealed that jar and threw the entire thing away. I didn't even try to rinse it out. I was like, nope, we're eating that. Yeah, don't stick your face too close to the black stuff. I'm not going to stick my face in black mold. How often do you think I clean my house? I know what black mold is and I know how dangerous it is. Don't worry. I was just curious, all right? And look, they always say curiosity killed the cat, but remember, the second part of that is satisfaction brought it back. And cats have 9 lives. So I can fuck up 9 times. I can fuck up 9 times before it really gets scary. Why are you shocked it was an MLP figure? I'm not shocked. I'm just like, why? What made you desire to put your sausage in a wholesome children's figure? Of all things. That might need to be examined. Satisfaction isn't outgunning black mold. Bet. Watch me. 8 times, because if you have 9 lives, that means the 9 times your last one. Or I could pull a Puss in Boots and then talk my way out of my 9th death. I'd have to say I was busy eating there, but yeah, them belly buttons do be nice. I'm going to change Moo's nickname now. Moo, I am adjusting your nickname. And then I'll just post a little image of what this looks like for you all. Just to really drive home my point. You know what? It is nice that I am vindicated. It is nice to know that I know people well enough to be able to anticipate this. You would fail a critical roll for persuasion? How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? I'm very persuasive, I'll have you know. I've spent many a year debating multiple arguments with many friends, and I have always won. That just reminded me of that really weird fetish where people eat food off as people. Oh, you mean like the naked sushi or like the belly button shots? Did you know what they call it when you This might be not safe for work. So anybody who wishes not to listen to this, close your ears right now. Do you know what they call it when they have the receiving partner put their legs together really tightly and they pour sake into the sealed area created in the crotch? Do you know what that's called? It is known as seaweed sake. Think about it, and you'll understand. Good old seaweed sake. No, John, I win the arguments? How do you win the arguments, Star? I win them all. I am the ruler here. This is a dictatorship. Yeah, but they have to be unshaved for that? Yeah, pretty much. Look, you brought us down this pathway. This is on you guys. I'm just sharing the knowledge I have. Also, okay, I'll be honest, I don't understand body sushi or like eating off, like most foods eating off the body. I'm like, fine, I get the eroticness of it, whatever. Eating sushi off the human body just seems like a bad idea because the human body is at a certain core temperature. And when you put cold, raw fish on that, the heat from the body will actually start to warm up the sushi. So now you're just eating lukewarm sushi. Does that sound good to you? Does that sound delicious? Like, nobody wants to eat lukewarm sushi. Like slightly warm salmon or tuna, putting that in your mouth. No, oh God, that disgusts me. And it's like slightly salty from the sweat on the body. Ugh. Ugh, you're just ruining good food. It's not worth it. Is it sushi if I eat some of the raw salmon before putting it in the oven? No, that's called food poisoning. That's called salmonella. That's called trying to infect yourself with ringworm. Would you ever try the Centurion Challenge? It's one of the earliest drinking games I tried. What the hell is the Centurion Challenge? When I'm drinking, I try to get as much of it in me. That's the fun part. I mean, people play drinking games to try and get as much of it in them as they can, right? That's the whole thing. That's why you gotta have to chill the body in sushi. Wait, I didn't mean to pin that. Wait. What are you saying? You're gonna drop the person in an ice box and let them marinate in there for a little bit? Is that the plan? You, sir, Get in this fridge. You're going to stay in there for about an hour while we prep the sushi. I'm giving my cat away tomorrow to my niece and her family. Today is the last night of his in my house. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. How come? 1 shot of beer every minute for 100 minutes. I'm good. The minute you say beer, I'm already not interested. I think beer tastes disgusting. I think we as a society have deluded ourselves into thinking that beer tastes good, that the flavor of hops and wheat is enjoyable because it's cheap, it's affordable, and you can do a lot of different variations with it. I think that is the only reason people tell themselves that they like beer is because they were just like, you know what, I can't afford good wine, I can't afford hard liquor, I'm just going to buy a bunch of beer and tell myself that it's good. You're all fucking insane. It's like coffee, where you're all just like, I need my daily dose of caffeine. I'm going to tell myself I like this like bitter black liquid that gives me diarrhea because I need that caffeine so bad. Just put them in the freezer for a little bit, like the frozen section of Costco or the mega stores. Oh God. Oh God. He's like roughly 13, but I'm slightly allergic to him. Oh, I see. He's gentle enough that my niece can really learn how to interact with the animal. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely a good reason. I'm sorry to hear that, Star, but at the same time, it does sound like things are going to be better for him, so... And at least you can always visit as you need to, right? Beer's an acquired taste, and even when you acquire it, it's still not good. Yeah, right? I'm like, the only reason people drink it is because it's cheap, because it's like, it's beer. No one's going to charge $16 for a can of beer. Why would I drink so much gross stuff to get drunk? Yeah, exactly, right. When I could drink a little... No, now hold on there, Bear. Now hold on there. Let's rewind that a little bit. You can literally only do the Centurion challenge with beer. If you do it with liquor, you're ingesting most of a gallon of liquid, and that's just an automatic trip to the ER. Hey, look! What is a good night without a trip to the ER? If you don't send somebody at the party to the hospital, you didn't have a good time at the party. Amen, right, people? Amen. $16 for a can of beer seems unreasonable. This dude has never been to a concert. I don't want to go to a concert where it costs $16 for a can of beer. Whoever's charging you $16 for a can of Blue Ribbon is off their rocker. That's insane. That is a ripoff of the highest order. John, my hubby's being mean. I'm a tropical bear. Just dump a tub of slime over his head and then run for the hills. Flee! Flee, child, flee! Run for your life. There's also craft brew. Yeah. But even craft brew doesn't taste that good to me. It's just like, I wouldn't pay $6 for a beer, let alone 16. Right, Wayne? Like, it's just not worth it. Like, if I already don't enjoy it. And then, like, let me see. Like, a six pack at the store right now is probably like, what, like $8 at most? 6-pack of beer at the store. So a 6-pack of beer at Walmart is, well, I was very wrong. $12. See? You could get a 6-pack of beer for cheaper than you would at a concert. Don't ever buy food and drink at a concert. It doesn't go well. You're getting ripped off for very subpar food and drinks. It's just like, why? Why would you do this to yourself? He has me on a leash. I literally can't get out of the house even if I want to. That just sounds abusive. That just sounds restrictive or kinky, depending on what you're into. It's 25 bucks here for a 12 pack of Twisted Tea. I mean, that comes down to about the same price, right? Like 12 pack. So 6 pack would be like 12, 13. Yeah, I'm with you, Sawyer. Like, I'd rather just get like vodka or do shots. It's just easier on my brain. It's just easier on my mouth. I'm just like, I can enjoy twisted drinks. I mean, I can enjoy mixed drinks and cocktails. I don't like hard liquor or beer. It's just not my thing. It does not make me vibe. I'm in the kennel because of cursed at him. Well, that seems like your fault, Cherry. You seem like you misbehaved and now you're getting punished for it. At least with the shots over in an instant. Wait. How many shots does it take for you all? Well, I guess I'll ask this once the ad finishes, but alcohol for me has never really been... I usually have to drink quite a decent amount to actually get imbued with the sickness, if you know what I mean. To hit the dizzy spell, to get sent off into the nether realms. Usually I'm pretty okay. I mean, like the drink of it? Oh, gotcha. I don't have to chug a beer. Have you heard of shotgunning a beer? Disgusting way to drink beer, but you know, it's effective. Definitely choked on it. I do not enjoy chugging beer. It's just filthy in my mouth. Filthy, disgusting stuff in my mouth. I just toss a shot back and it's done. But when it hits the back of your throat, the taste of rubbing alcohol just kind of spreads through your mouth, and it's not really enjoyable either. Depends on the drink and how empty my stomach is. I guess that's fair, yeah. Like, obviously, if you haven't eaten a lot, then your stomach is gonna tell you that, hey, something's wrong, something wrong. I think for me, mostly, apparently whenever I get drunk, I just become a chaotic little gremlin. I chill on the couch and then just start talking about the most cursed, horrific shit that people don't want to listen to. I've only really drank a lot 2 times, had 7 shots of 80 proof vodka. Why? Why would you have... No, 7 shots of 80 proof alcohol. God. Ugh. What, like the past 20 minutes? Hey, I didn't give you that much cursed knowledge, all right? I only gave you some cursed knowledge. Not everything. Like, I didn't tell you... Let's see. What's some other cursed knowledge I can imbue your brains with? I mean, the one about the... Any cursed knowledge is worse than no cursed knowledge. I mean, that's not incorrect. I was mad because he didn't like my ganoush. But why did that involve putting a leash on you, Cherry? Take a shot every minute for every minute you're stuck in a university lecture. You would die. That's called death. That's called goodbye sanity. Why? You're not making it out of that class? No, you're going to die in that class. It had to be fruity. I like sweet drinks. Yeah, I'm with Moo. I'm totally with you, Moo. Like, it needs to have like a good taste. I'm not going to drink absolute shit just to get drunk. I have money. I am an adult. I can make wise decisions. If I'm going to put something gross in my mouth, it's going to taste good, God damn it. If we want more cursed knowledge, you know that whole thing where like at some point during the birth, the baby's wearing his mom as a hat? At any point, at some point in the birthing process, the baby will be wearing its mother as a hat. A nice, ow, bleeding, screaming hat. What else? 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 Trying to think. Shall we have to put you down? I'm sorry. Hey, not the baby comes out backward? No, because even if the baby comes out backwards, there's a certain point where it circles the head like a hat. You're just wearing it like almost like a veil instead. As a skirt then? Yeah, exactly. That's also an option. The this one I learned pretty recently. This one I learned really recently. Okay, so you know how breast implants are made out of what do you call it? Silicone, right? So they found out that when they creep out. So you know what they found out that when you cremate human bodies that have had breast implants or any kind of silicone implants, that the silicone implants leave this gelatinous goo at the bottom of the cremation fireplace, and it causes a lot of issues. So there are certain cremation places that basically require you to tell them if you have any implants in the corpse, and if so, they have to get your permission to take them out before the cremation. Those D cups are becoming water cups. So even in death, your body returns to its natural state. Feast on that. Just fill your brains with that particular bit of knowledge. Why don't you? Sure, I don't need them anymore. Yeah, that's fair, you know. That is fair. High instincts. They also have an issue with metal parts. I think the metal parts just like get red hot, right? Like they might actually like just burn through the, like if I remember right, with cremation, the metal parts, like they just heat up and they just start like burning their way out of the body. Bye, Cherry. Something to remember me by. As they're cleaning up your corpse, shit, this one had a silicone implant. God damn it. Be grateful with what you have. Be satisfied. Look, all I want when I die is for someone to cremate me, take my ashes, and just throw them into the wind. I will be on everybody's face. I will cover you all. I will be part of the air. No matter where you go, you cannot escape my embrace. I'm back. Hi, Robin. Welcome back. Give them to my husband. They were for him anyways. That's dark. Just don't be that one person that asked to be taxidermied. Oh, wait, hold on. Just don't be that one person that asked to be taxidermied and placed covered in amber for preservation. What? Nani? Hi, Boba. Where? Why amber? Why do you want to, like, what's the point of being taxidermied if you're going to be preserved in amber? Also, how expensive was that? Like, amber's not cheap. All I want is to be thrown into the ocean. You're now swimming in moo soup? You mean, Moo, you don't want us to mix our ashes into the cow feed so you can go back into the cows and be your real self? You don't want to realize your true potential? I want someone to use my ashes to make a statue of me. I think I've seen that, Reen. I swear to God, I've seen this like advertisement for a place that takes her ashes, mixes it with cement, and then makes a statue out of it. It's like for very, very rich people because I don't think it's a cheap process. Put a Suki thing in it? Oh, God. All right. Take care, Bear. Thanks for dropping by. It's good to see you again. Bye. Given the size of the person, probably around 1 million USD. Maybe not that much. I think they have to actually make like a profit, but definitely a couple 100,000 USD. Good, I'm booking them. Oh no. Oh no. Just mummify me and fuck it? Oh, there's no and. Oh, I misread that. I misread that really, really badly. Okay, I think I can explain. I don't know how I'm going to explain that one, but I can try. Oh. Yeah. You know what? Instincts, that's on you for not using commas. Instincts, you should have used commas. Why didn't you use grammar, goddammit? I want my ashes to be thrown in the river that I live near. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. Definitely encase me in amber with both birds flying and then place me in the front hall of the family house. Oh, that'd be so fun, actually. That would actually be so much fun. That shrimp you like so much? Yeah, that's delicious because of me. Okay, that's fair, Moo. That's fair. Oh, God. Cremation has its own issues. Best thing is to just return it to nature, just in the ocean instead. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Oh, wait, isn't there like that one burial service where they'll take your body, they'll put it in like this like special fertilization pod? Okay, I need to stop my brain. I need to like freeze my brain and throw it away for the love of God. There's a service that takes your corpse and puts it in a pod with a lot of highly nutritious soil and the seed of a tree, so that when you die, your body decomposes and then turns into a tree. That's what I was trying to say. Oh, God. I have no excuse. My brain's way in the gutter. Yeah, John's worried about me in VC. Yes, I'm worried. I want to be a tree. I know, right, Instinct? I mean, right, Move? Wow. I'm now missing up people's names. Honestly, like, being buried and turning into a tree actually sounds really fucking badass. I'm like, there's something about that really appeals to me. Actually, no, I changed my mind. Build me a pyramid bigger than Giza and mummify me. Then spring load my sarcophagus to fuck with anybody who opens. Oh, like you mean like it jumps out of the sarcophagus if anybody opens it? That'd be pretty funny. I would love to see that. Like a good old fashioned booby trap. It could be fun. Could be dangerous. Could be fun. Give it a shot. Who knows what would happen? Can you imagine that, though? Like, after seeing all these movies about the mummy, Egyptian curses, you're like, all right, I heard that this really, really rich dude, Shieldwall Jarl, was buried in this beautiful pyramid that he commissioned to get done for him. We're going to get in there, we're going to steal everything he's buried with, and we're going to be rich, rich, rich. And then you get to the burial chamber, you open up the door, and then a fucking mummy flies out of the sarcophagus towards you. Imagine Like you just drop dead of a heart attack right there. You're just like, nope, it's over. Just done. I'm donating my meat suit to the Umbrella Corporation. Don't do that. Don't do that. Knowing your luck, Saga, you're going to be brought back. You're going to be fully conscious and in like severe pain. With the way that the Umbrella Corporation does things, you're going to become the next boss and you're just going to be screaming out of pain the entire time. There's nothing good about going to the Umbrella Corporation. I think we've covered most of the really weird ways that people want to be buried. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Like there's so we did cremation, regular burials, scattering the ashes, making a statue out of it. Oh, okay. I saw this like many, many years ago, and I think it's a meme. But I am 70% sure I once saw a Tumblr post about you. So you go get your body cremated, and then a company takes the cremated ashes and makes an adult toy out of it for your living partner. I swear to God that this is not a fever dream. I swear I've seen that on Tumblr before. Don't forget sky burials. What the hell is a sky burial? Also, Hyland. Wow. There's also being cremated and making the ashes into a blue diamond. Yeah. What the fuck? Look, your surviving partner is going to be very lonely, at least until they like find another partner. So what's the best way to make sure that the partner stays close to you? Close to your heart. And what closer way to be close to you than being inside you? Guys, if I get banned after this, you know why. It was this stream. Just turn them into a bong. Smoking grandma's ashes. All right, you know what? That'd actually be really... I could see that happening. I could 100% see like a really, really big weed addict just getting so ready to smoke a fat one off of grandma's ashes. Wait, sky burials need this body to not be cremated. What is a sky burial? That sounds like terrifying and really impressive at the same time. What else could you... Like, I think with ashes, you could technically mix them with a lot of substances without losing the original structure's, like, rigidity. What else could you make for them? You could make a hat. You could make an aquarium. You could make a house. You can be part of their lives forever. You saying that about the dildo reminded me of this one meme where a guy says, when I die, I want you to mix my ashes in a bowl of chilies from Wendy, then eat it just so I can tear that ass up one more time. And on that note, good night, Captain. May you dream of dildos, chili, and statues made from your dearly departed's ashes. It'll be great. It'll be lovely. The body is butchered and then offered to vultures. This is really only doable on mountaintops. Isn't that like a punishment, Linoa? Like something about like the soul gets like torn apart and devoured, so you can't like properly rest. I could have sworn that like that's not like considered like a normal burial, right? Like it's meant as like a form of punishment. Heard that comment without even seeing the name. That has to be chicken. I know, right? We know chicken so well. We know chicken so well. That's a great line, though. I just want to tear up that ass one more time with chili. Sky burial is a Native American tradition from some tribes where they would bury their dead on scaffolding or in trees so that their spirit could journey into the Father Sky. Ah, okay. So not a punishment. My bad. I got that completely wrong. My bad. Fuck that up. I've never even said things like that at Stars for y'all to say that. You absolutely have said worse than this in Stars chat. I can send you a link. I'm good. I'm good. I definitely don't need that in my DMs. Now I'm just like considering what's the most creative way to be what's the most creative way to have your funeral? Like what is the grandest, most fantastic way that you could go out? You hire a parade, you hire a party, and you hold this gigantic celebration. And at the end of the celebration, everybody has to eat a piece of bread that was baked with your ashes so that they can all go home with a piece of you. Turn me into 10 dolls, pass them on throughout the generations? Oh, God. Eventually, one of the dolls starts to come alive because they got a little bit more of the ashes than the others. It has its own spirit. It comes alive and starts trying to find a fresh body to add to its soul. Did you see the guy that has corpse sitting on a car-shaped coffin that was spinning around while a girl used? What? Was she making it rain at his funeral? What? What did I walk into? How would you like to be buried, Radishes? How do you want to go out? How do you want the world to remember you? I've usually heard sky burials in context to Tibetan practices. Oh, that makes sense. Like with a lot of like high mountaintops. Yeah, that checks out. Okay, look. I think I would be proud if people said, hey, at John John's funeral, they made it rain. We all got free money. I read the cheapest option is to donate your body to science. So yes. All I'm going to say is if you're going to donate your body to science, you got to be willing to know that they're going to tear your body apart. And for guys especially, they tend to chop off the penises so that they can dissect the penises. So as long as you're fine with their penis being dissected, then yes, you may donate your body to science. Hi, Bitter. Toss my corpse into a random cave to scare cave divers. Oh, see, there we go. Now we're being proactive about it. Now we're trying to warn people. We're trying to say, hey, look, you don't want to go swimming in this part of the cave. The penor snipper is real. Okay, let me tell you a story. When my wife was in medical school, she would come home every day and tell me like little stories about her classes and what she did in the class that day. One day, she comes home, and as we're eating dinner, which by the ways was spaghetti and sausage, I vividly remember this. As we're sitting there enjoying a nice meal of spaghetti with marinara sauce and some nice fat sausages, she sits there and describes in great detail how for their class that day, they all had to dissect a penis. She received a penis with a dragon tattoo along the shaft. And she described with great pleasure and enthusiasm how she split it down the middle, tore out the urethra, and then cut it up into slices to examine the cell walls. No, don't worry, Robin. I still remember YouTube. I see you guys there. I see you guys there. Don't worry. The girl with the dragon tattoo. And I'm trying to enjoy my sausage on my plate. I'm trying to enjoy my dinner. And the entire time, I've just got my legs crossed with like sympathy pain just going down to my crotch, and it hurts like hell. Sounds like perfectly acceptable dinner conversation to me. Why? No, straight up bitter. That was a warning. That was a warning from her because at the end of her telling the story, she said, "So don't you worry if you ever break up with me or if you ever cheat on me. I know how to dissect your penis." Not a single thought of ever cheating on her has ever crossed my mind. And she still felt the need to warn me. I don't want to donate my body to science no more. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, Moo. Literally the year after when I had to register for voting and everything, I asked them to take my name off the donor list. I was like, I don't want to be on that anymore. No, thank you. No, absolutely, Yarl. Like, she told that story with intent. Absolutely. There was malicious intent in there. I love the story of someone getting their pee-pee cut off by their girlfriend. They find it out in the lawn, go to the hospital to reattach it. The morning of the next day, the girlfriend comes into the hospital and chops it off again and throws it out the hospital window. That's fucking insane. That's absolutely bonkers, Feather. I bow to your wife's power and ask her to teach me the ways of peanut snipping. I'm not gonna lie, if you were to ask her, she'd probably be more than willing to give you like a breakdown of how to properly dissect a penis. I don't want to spread this power around, but she has the power to spread it. I will now be single for the rest of my life. Thank you, everyone. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being single. You can date yourself. You can treat yourself. You can feed yourself. You can love yourself. Being single is not a bad thing. I'm still an organ. I'm still an organ donor on the off chance I'm in the midst of my Adderall caffeine cycle. When I kick the bucket, just in case they rush my heart to a patient in need, because holy boy, how bad do you want it, Bucko? Wait, are you not allowed to donate when you're on Adderall or caffeine? We don't do a dissection at my university because I'd love to. I think the thing for me was I used to do video work, like commercials and stuff for a hospital. And I think the only reason I don't like dissection is I really, really grew to hate the smell of formaldehyde, like the stuff that they used to preserve bodies, because every time they would cut a body open, that smell would just fill the area. And for whatever reason, the smell of formaldehyde sticks to your clothes. It sticks to metal equipment of all things. So after every shoot, I have to clean off the equipment or else that smell would stick around. And I'm just like, I hate this smell. I despise it. Why is there a screenshot of Moo with belly button in parentheses? Because Moo is a belly button lover. Moo enjoys belly buttons. Moo wants to dive into a belly button and grind his nose into it just to really take a deep whiff. You know what I mean? I love myself because someone has to, damn it. We love you, Bitter. Don't worry. We're all one big happy, not family, one big happy cult. We all are here to support each other in the worst of times, no matter what happens, right? Right? I don't like slicing in knives. I got very used to it. I got very used to watching a scalpel cut into human flesh, let me tell you right now. I do like a good tummy, not just the button. Although the belly button is the most biteable area. Why? Let me glorp that. That is some cursed ass words. I don't want you to glorp that belly. God damn it, Moo. Stay away from the belly. Yeah, I get the spicy. What? What is the spicy Kool-Aid? What on earth is the spicy Kool-Aid? Also, also chaining the last topics, anybody who slurps alcohol out of a belly button, that can't be sanitary. Because I'm pretty sure once you pour the alcohol into the belly button, the alcohol loosens any like dirt and particles that were in the belly button. And then they slowly start like floating inside the liquid. So you're drinking that when you drink a shot off of someone's belly button. That can't be sanitary. The alcohol kills the germs. Bullshit. Unless you're drinking 100 proof 99, is it 92%? Unless you're drinking some really, really strong alcohol, it's not going to kill the germs. My class will have to dissect insects and a few other things this school year, and I don't think I'll survive when that day happens. You'll be fine. Insects aren't too bad. The weirdest thing is when you cut open a frog and it's got a belly full of shrimp because it's the last thing it ate. That was a hilarious experience. And I think one of the shrimp was still moving when that particular table cut it open. The spicy Kool-Aid Colts used to take... Damn, bitter. Damn. See, I thought they put the glass shot in the belly button. Yes. That is, that's totally how I've seen people take belly shots. Is by putting the shot glass on the belly button. No other way. What are you all talking about? Yeah. That's the correct way. Yeah. Yes. That is the correct way. There is no other way to do it. Shit, I didn't think of that. You have to clean it up with Savion or a Q-tip or something? Yeah. Yeah. No, but like for whatever reason, whenever I've seen people like take belly shots, I've never done it because it seemed really gross to me. But whenever I saw people take belly shots, it was always straight off the belly button. Like they pour it in there and they suck it out. And I've always gone, that is disgusting. And there's like a little shudder in my body whenever I saw that. What else? There's the armpit shot. Oh, have you guys ever seen the thing where like you pour cheap wine or beer into a shoe and you drink out of the shoe? Apparently this is a normal thing for some people. Like it's a common thing. And I'm very confused about that because not only are you drinking out of the most filthiest thing that I can think of, but now you have to go home in like a soggy shoe. Yeah, but people usually do it in a boot. Oh. That's very Australian. I've seen it, but fuck that. Why would you do that? Like, there's a perfectly good cup next to you. It's gross. And now, like I said, you have to walk home in soggy shoes. It's called a shoey. Why? Why is that a thing? You're ruining a perfectly good shoe. Because now you're never going to get the smell of beer or wine out of that. What the fuck is wrong with the glass or a sippy cup? Yeah, I'm with Moo on this. Like, honestly, the weird ways people like to drink alcohol befuddles me. Just give me a glass. Give me a goddamn red cup if you have to. I will take that. Have I cursed your brains yet? Have you all regretted coming to this stream yet? Are you all ready to depart and leave and get out of here? No, joking. It's Australia. You really think they give a fuck about shoes that smell like booze? Yes? Because I would? Still not as bad as butt chugging or eye shots. I dread the answer. What the fuck is a butt chug and what the fuck is an eye shot? That... Huh? Like you're... Are you drinking alcohol out of someone's ass? You don't know the butt... I don't know the butt chug. So you know suppositories like that, but with the... So you are drinking out of someone's ass. How does that get you drunk faster? That's still going... That's just a different vessel. You pour the... Yeah, I got that part. You pour the drink up your butt, right? Wait! Are you ingesting the drink through your ass? How does that... I guess you could absorb the alcohol through the membrane of the anal cavity wall. That has to have some health problems. That has to be... It's not intended for that. That has to have some danger. That has to be dangerous in some way. Your intestines are more absorbent and it doesn't break down in your stomach. That can't be healthy. That has to be very dangerous. It can and has killed people. Okay, disclaimer here. Don't butt chug. I have been educated. Do not butt chug. I'll be back later. Bye, Robin. That is why. If you know, I hope to God that is not a thing people try and do regularly because, yeah, I can't imagine that going well. I dread to ask, what the fuck is an eye shot? You can get super drunk, super fast, and path a breathalyzer. I'm going to be real with you. If a cop sees you staggering around and you can't walk the line, they're still going to assume that you're drunk. A breathalyzer means shit. And worst of all, that means you can't pump the stomach. So if you black out through butt chugging, there actually isn't a way to save you outside of just an IV drip and pray that you make it out through the night. Essentially, proctolysis, but with alcohol instead of any healthy liquids. Okay. Same concept, you just pour the shot into your open eyeball. Guys, let me show you something. Do you see my left eye? Do you see how my left eye is different from my right eye? This is the result of when you put foreign objects that don't belong in your eye in your eye. I can tell you right now, don't do that. Don't put shit in your eye. Jorked it too hard and felt... I hate that. No, I did not jork it too hard and it fell in my eye. I made my model have a weird ass left eye and then I actually injured my IRL eye. But where else should the centipede go? Get out. Get out now. Just get out of the stream. Oh, fucking A. I hate that. Fucking A. You know that opening scene in Baldur's Gate 3 where the illithid tadpole crawls into your eye? Yeah, I didn't sleep after seeing that. I couldn't sleep for a full night after seeing that because it just kept playing in my mind. That and then the scene in the first Matrix where they take that like robotic bug way back when he's like hasn't even realized anything happens, and they put it on his belly, and then like it like enters his belly from like his belly button, and then starts like crawling into his body. Yeah, that scene also freaked me the fuck out. Fuck that scene. Fuck whoever thought of it. That was disturbing. I never felt the same way again. You heard it here, kids. If you're gonna drink alcohol, just drink it through your mouth. Don't get fancy with it. Don't get weird with it. Drink it out of a cup into your mouth. Or if you're really, really desperate, drink it out of the bottle into your mouth. Don't put it somewhere weird. That's why we have the butts. I hate that. I hate everything about this chat. You know what? I should obliterate this channel. Bye, everyone. It was a good run. Skedaddle. Flee to the winds. You all disturb me. You all massively disturb me. What is wrong with you all? I thought I raised you better than this. Or just don't drink the poisons. I mean, the reality is, in most cases, people will always try alcohol at some point. The point is to try it when you... if you're going to drink alcohol for the first time, drink it with people that you know and are safe with, so that they can help you learn your limits and where to stop and where it's like too far. And then you'll have a better idea of what you can safely drink from future point. You're the fucking driver here. We're just following your lead. Hey. Being a belly button lover isn't too bad now, is it? I don't know, Boo, because now as a belly button lover, you're probably the one who takes a shot right out of the belly button, complete with all the dirt and particles floating around in the liquid. That's you. Even me? No, you can stay, Oz. Out of everybody, you can stay, Oz. You call it dirt. He calls it season. I knew that was coming. I fucking knew that was coming the minute I read that first comment. Really got Jarl with that one. In all honesty, never tried it. Don't try it, Oz. We like you on this planet. We don't want you to leave it prehumously. Be aware enough to realize when you have a problem. I mean, that's the problem, right? Like in most cases, you have a problem because you haven't been able to realize that you have the problem. If you have the capacity to realize that you have a problem, you're already on the mend in most cases. But yeah, I think that's why the main reason why I don't know if I'd ever really get drunk on stream. I think I was drunk on stream once for my birthday, and that's really about it. It's mostly just because, like, it's not because I don't like getting drunk. It's not because I don't like showing you guys when I'm drunk. It's literally just because, like, I don't like alcohol. So it's really hard for me to just drink a large amount of it, which is usually required for me to get that level of tipsy. Life ain't much without a bit of flavor. I mean, you're not wrong, but yes, but no. My problem right now is we've been going down the cursed knowledge rabbit hole for an hour, and now I need to drink to purge the information. Jarl, we are still circling the rim of the hole. We have not gone down into the hole. Going down into the cursed knowledge rabbit hole is knowing... Let's see. What would be... how bad can we make this? Same here. I have to get shit like pina coladas, otherwise I hate most of them. The wife and I actually have this thing where we try and get a pina colada at whatever area that we go to visit. Like whenever we travel, we try to go to like a nearby bar or a nearby cocktail stand and try and get at least like one pina colada. I don't know why. It's just become like our thing to have a pina colada in every like new city or new country. I will say so far the worst pina colada I've ever had was in Vegas, of all places. It was insanely overpriced and really watery. Korea. A random bar in Korea did a pina colada better than a bar in Vegas. How bad can we make this? How bad do you want my $5 a month? Hey, man, I appreciate the support no matter what. If you have to take it away because it's too cursed, I can totally understand. Shall I bust out the fakings? No, we got to keep this at least somewhat within TOS. You know, somewhat, tiny bits. Yeah, I feel like Vegas is just like a big disappointment for me because I don't know about you guys. Like, as much as I play gacha games and I play like a lot of roguelike games that have like an element of chance, I actually don't enjoy gambling with real money. Like, the minute that even a dollar gets involved in a betting process, I'm immediately like very leery. Like, whenever I play gacha, it's all free to play. Whenever I play roguelikes, I always make sure to play ones that don't actually like require money investment. Like, if we're at like a casual dinner with my in-laws and they break out the poker cards and they start putting down money, I mean, me like just like I have to take a step back because I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like wasting money at all. So Vegas, like this land of sin and indulgences, is very boring for me. Because in most cases, I feel like the food's extremely overpriced. The drinks are insanely overpriced. And 80% of the attraction there, the gambling, is just not, I have like no interest in it whatsoever. I'll watch people gamble. It's very interesting to see like them read other people or learn like how games work. But whenever I'm watching them, just like, this doesn't look like something I would enjoy. There's too much on the table for me to be relaxed about it. I have the worst luck, so I know I'd lose money. That's also another thing, right? Like, if my luck in gacha games has told me anything, is that I would lose my entire fortune if I went gambling. You know that meme of, let's go gambling. Ah, damn it. Ah, damn it. That would be me, except there's no payoff. It'd just be nothing but, oh, damn it, all the way down for like 3 hours. It's fun while not going overboard. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Worst drink I ever had was margarita made with strawberry jam. That just sounds like somebody was trying to cheap out on their drink for you. Put that damn catfish in the Amazon. Oh, so help me. Have you ever been bitten by a catfish? I have. It's really fucking painful. You don't want to get bit by a catfish. I think, is there like a picture of what a catfish mouth looks like? Hold on, catfish mouth. Where is it? Okay, here. So, let me show you why a catfish bite is painful. This is why a catfish bite is painful. You see all those teeth on the inside and like this row of teeth out here on just underneath the lip. When that bites down on you, it doesn't let go. So having that bite down on your toesies, really fucking painful. And they have like a really strong bite for some reason. I don't know why. It's not enjoyable. Cannot recommend. Do not recommend. That catfish fishing technique where you put your hand inside their burrow so that they bite your hand and you pull that fucker out if it's hiding. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't know why you would do that. Hi, Robin. How are you? Just bite it back? No. I'm not going to bite the catfish. I don't want it to give a chance for it to bite me at all. You know, I'd much rather be happier by just setting it free. Let it go in its own way. I can make do with some little minnows or something. Don't people noodle catfish? What is noodling a catfish, Napoleon? I'm unfamiliar with that term. That sounds like they whip out their dicks and wiggle it around like a worm to attract fish, but I can't imagine any world where a man wants to get their dick bitten by a catfish. I do enjoy that some fish genuinely have developed pseudolungs. Wait, what? What does that mean? Dude, imagine that. You just like step into like a waist high river. You unzip. You just like flip flap it around. You're just like, here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Look at this delicious worm. Ah, we caught one. Have you seen shrike birds? Oh, the kind that like stab their fish, their prey. Yeah. There are some fish that are able to breathe air for a very short period of time, usually. Oh, yeah, I've seen those. I know what you're talking about then. Yeah. Barehanded fishing. John, you should know I'm not into that kind of stuff. Hey, look. I don't assume anything about people. Have you heard of the Amazonian dick? I don't know if I want to be perfectly honest. I have heard about the parasite that chops off your tongue and then replaces it. That one's fun. That one's real fucking fun. That's the kangaroo. Wait. Oh, is the tongue biting thing a myth, or is that real? Or are you talking about the one that bites the dick? Allegedly, the kangaroo. Okay, hold on. I think we have 3 different conversations going on right now. I'm talking about the insect that like swims onto your tongue, cuts off the circulation so that your tongue falls off, and then replaces the tongue and then feeds on whatever enters your mouth. There's something that swims up your urethra? What? The tongue thing is an isopod that infects fish. Those are Cymothoa exaguea. I pretty sure I butchered that, but hey, at least now we know the name. Yeah. Is there pictures of this? Hold on. I don't know if I want to show a picture of this, but let me see. Why did my mouse just died? Come on, connect. Connect, damn you. I forgot about the tongue one. Yeah. That's not a great thing to learn when you're a kid about like, oh, hey, did you know that when you go swimming in rivers, there might just be this little bug that likes to swim into your mouth and cut it off? Oh, yeah. Your mouse died to prevent you from going down this rabbit hole? Maybe, actually. Like in an act of self-preservation. It's like, no, don't do it. Then there's it's an isopod, not an insect. Okay, fair. Yeah. Thankfully, Samathoa is restricted to sea and only infects fish. Yeah, but can you imagine, like, cutting open a fish and instead of its tongue in the mouth, you just see this, this scaled back just like sitting in there, and it just like stares back at you? That would be terrifying. That would be terrifying. Did I put this in wrong? No, I'm pretty sure I put that in right. Why is there so much cat hair? But yes, I have heard about the brain-eating amoeba, where like it's super hard to detect, and they only find it once they basically scan your brain. Which, that does not sound pleasant. Let me tell you right now, that does not sound pleasant. Sometimes I'm glad I'm not part of the Twitch chaos. Yeah, that's fair, Robin. That's honestly fair. I'm like, parasites in general are just really weird. Like you have the hair worm, which infects like mantises. Like when you grab a mantis and you put its butt in water, you basically start to drown the parasites. This like really long, wriggling black worm comes like shooting out of its butt. You have the fungi that the fungi that infect like ants' brains and forces them to basically find ways to spread the spores by finding like the most optimal way to die. What else? You have like the wasps that insert their larvae into their prey, and the larvae basically eat the creature from the inside out. Parasites are fucking weird. Have I told you guys this? Like, there's that whole thing where someone was like, if you see, like, the fact that some Pokemon are designed as food is because whenever a creature is designed to look like food, it means that it's got like some kind of parasitic stage in its life cycle. So the fact that some Pokemon specifically made themselves look like human food means that at some point in their life cycle, those Pokemon are parasites that prey on human beings. So that little cute ice cream Pokemon that floats around looking really nice and tasty, yeah, that's a parasite. There's the parasite that infects snails and slugs, enlarging their eye stalks. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen that too. Parasites are some of the most efficient forms of life. They really are. Like, they basically build a home for themselves. They continue their life cycle, and they're very, very good at spreading in very creative ways. There's also the balloon Pokemon that hates fat kids. Isn't it? It's not that it hates fat kids. It just like grabs kids and kidnaps them and then disappears with them. Like, it's like the Pokemon that has canonically killed like the most kids in lore. Are we talking about insects? We kind of got sidetracked. I think we were talking about alcohol, then we moved over to parasites, and that's how we ended up on insects. I'll take just about any of this over a prion. What's a prion? Ow. Yeah, and it doesn't like... Oh, okay, I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying. What, radishes? Are you not enjoying this conversation? It's a discussion on science. We're exploring new horizons, learning new things. Don't you want to learn about new things? Don't you want to expand your horizons? Don't you want to delve into knowledge, uncover lost artifacts? A prion just rewrites your DNA to kill you, I think. Oh boy. Do we ever have a normal conversation in these streams? No, because if we had a normal conversation, people would not be interested. Straight up. Just real talk. If we had a normal, non-cursed, non-intriguing conversation, just like a, hi, hello, how are you? I'm doing good. How's the weather? The weather's great. People would tune out so fast. As much as the zombie fungus evolving to infect humans is scary, rabies is probably the most likely vector of a human apocalypse. Yeah, I think it was basically proven that like there is no way for the zombie fungus to, like the cordyceps, to actually infect humans like it does in Last of Us. But rabies, we still don't have like a real solution for that. In the words of Family Guy, damn nature you scary. Yeah. Prion is a misfolded protein that overrides many biological processes depending on what protein it is based on. A brain prion, for example, can legit rot your brain from the inside, and there's basically nothing you can do about it. I hate that. You know, I actually hate that. The inside of my head feels... Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Let's not think about that. Don't want to think about that. No, thank you very much. No siree. Oh, God. Gotta go. I might be back later. Hey, no worries, Robin. I'll see you in a bit. Weaponized super rabies. There's a story of a guy who got a brain prion that made his brain forget how to sleep. That just sounds unfortunate. Look, I don't know about you all, but sleeping is one of my favorite activities. I love passing out, letting my whole body just relax and my brain turn off. It is the most relaxing time ever. Love sleep. There's a protocol for rabies that has like a 5% chance of working. That's not very high. That's in fact very, 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 very low. That's in fact tiny. That's in fact minuscule. No, no way. It's only a 5% chance. Really? That bad? How likely to recover from rabies? Oh shit. No. As of August 2011, the minute a rabies symptoms begins to appear in humans, there is a nearly 100% fatality rate with only 3 recorded cases of survival. Holy shit. If you've been bitten by an animal that is known to have rabies, you'll receive a series of shots to prevent the rabies virus from infecting you. A fast-acting shot to prevent the virus from infecting you. Ow, 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 ow. Hi, Eris. Why are you pelting me with tentacles? This is given if you haven't had the rabies vaccine. A series of rabies vaccinations to help your body learn to identify and fight the rabies virus. Rabies vaccinations are given as injections in your arm. If you previously haven't had the rabies vaccinations, you'll receive 4 injections over 14 days. Damn. Once a rabies infection is established, there is no effective treatment. Though a small number of people have survived rabies, the disease usually causes death. For that reason, if you think you've been exposed to rabies, you must get a series of shots to prevent the infection from taking hold. Damn. Damn, that's brutal. Because I could? How dare you? How dare you, Eris? That's why we recommend rabies shots when you get bit by an animal. If you contract the disease, it's usually Joe over. Damn. Damn. We do know of a tribe in South America that is actually resistant to rabies. Not immune, but they have a naturally high survival rate to it. Man, nature, you scary. God damn, nature. Why? Why you like this? Couldn't you have raised us in like this nice, warm, fuzzy world where everything's cuddly and everything loves you and they're all basically cats and dogs that just want to share their home with you? Couldn't we have had that? Now we have to live in a world where a whale's sonar can literally shake your body apart down to the bones. The thing that the whale uses to see kills you. These concrete slabs give me a false sense of security. At least you get concrete, Moo. I am surrounded by drywall and wooden boards. Wait, okay. Guys, I have something to report. Okay, so, long story short, the area I live in has suffered some hurricane damage. The house across the way during the last hurricane, during a hurricane about a year ago, it knocked over one of the trees at the back of that house. The tree fell directly on the house, caved in the wall. Luckily, no one was hurt. The family moved out, and they basically just put up a whole bunch of like tarps and paper over the hole in order to seal off the weather and basically prevent any weather damage. Of course, I live in a place that has hurricanes, so that doesn't work. Water gets in, wind gets in. For an entire year, they don't repair it. And what I was told was, apparently, according to the maintenance guy who had to go in and like clean everything up, there's a bunch of like mold and water damage and wind damage and debris in there. And so eventually, finally, about a week ago, no, sorry, not even a week, about 2 weeks ago, they finally bring in the laborers and material needed to repair it. But the thing is, they bring in these giant wooden construction boards that are meant to serve as the roof rafters, essentially, like the roof beams. And then they bring them, they leave them outside for 2 weeks, out in the open, just in the parking lots. So in those 2 weeks, it has rained, it has stormed, it has been super hot, it's been super humid. Those boards have multiple cracks in them. There's mold, there's fungus, there's like discoloration. You can definitely see some areas where like it looks like something's been like eating at the boards. They started repairing the house 2 days ago, and they're still using those boards. I don't know about you. I do not want to live in a house that already has roof beams that are rotting away. I am pretty sure I've also seen dogs peeing on the boards because they just left them on the ground. And I've definitely seen at least one dog pooping on them. 90% sure they did not clean them. They didn't do anything for them. And they are currently using those boards in the repairs of the house that had the wall caved in. Literally just bulldoze the house and start from scratch. The problem there is like it's a townhome, so it is connected to other houses. Like it shares a wall with other houses, so bulldozing it might be an issue. But I was just like, I was telling the wife, I can't believe they're using those beams. Like those must stink to high heaven. Like holy shit. Sorry, random side tangent that just got reminded of me because of the because of the concrete slabs comment. Those kind of things are common sights here, and that's outside of hurricane season. Necessity can make people have to do that even if they don't want to. The thing is, like, I don't get why they just brought it and then left it out for 2 weeks. I don't understand why. Like, I know contracts take a while to figure out, but it should not have been that hard to just coordinate the shipping in the beams with the same time that you begin the work. Like, there was no reason to bring them in 2 weeks early. No one ever showed up to deal with anything. They just put them in the parking lot, which also took up like 3 of the guest parking spaces. So a lot of people were pissed about that because you don't have that many in the first place. But I don't know why they just left them there. There's no reason. There's no rhyme for it. It's just like insane. Like the other thing is like I'll be perfectly honest. I live in a pretty decently well-off area. Money should not have been an objection. Money should not have been an issue. They should have been able to prepare what was needed on time and a proper schedule. And the reason as far as whatever contracts can be dumb sometimes, I mean, to be fair, it could also not be on the contractors. It could be on like something else that happened. Maybe like the actual like landlord themselves. But I was just like, this is dumb. All right, hold on, let me go back. So, whales know how fragile other organisms are in comparison, are one of the few animals capable of empathy. At least sperm whales are considerate enough not to use that sonar around divers. Hopefully. And these are the reasons why there's so many short sci-fi stories where the humans are called death worlders. Oh, because everything on the world wants to kill them? I do love sci-fi where like the alien race discovers humanity and they're just like, why do you live here? How the fuck have you survived on this planet? What is wrong with you all? How have you invented world-ending weapons? There was like a really, really good short sci-fi story written by Asimov, I believe, where we're discovered by a UFO. The whole thing with the UFO come down and say, we come in peace, and they start talking. And the entire time, the aliens are just horrified by the fact that, A, we live on a planet that is like 70% water, which means you can't live in it. The fact that we have uncontrollable seasons. The fact that we have an entire continent, Australia, where everything wants to kill us. The fact that there are multiple dangerous creatures around, the fact that we invented nukes and mass warfare, and they're just like, what is wrong with you people? Like, what logical steps did you take as a reasoning race to come to these conclusions? That it was a good idea to do this. It's really fucking good. I can't remember what it's called, though, unfortunately. I just like the idea that like we've been searching for intelligent life this whole time, and the intelligent life finds us and just goes like, "You guys are dumb. You guys are stupid. Why are you like this?" Yeah. Humans are space orcs. We imagine things well enough and then we manifest them. Yeah, I could check out, right? We're certainly dumb enough to try. The idea of aliens is bizarre if you think about it. There's a non-zero chance that they're mirror life. If that were the case, we'd be lethal to them and they'd be lethal to us. At this point, I forget what. Somebody said once that generally intelligent life has the desire to seek other like-minded entities out. So the fact that we've been searching for so long and we haven't found intelligent life means that it's either so far out there that it's uncontactable, we're never going to reach it, or there's nothing out there because nothing has reached back. Which is a fucking morbid thought if you think about it. I honestly don't know. Like, we're all so excited about finding aliens, but what are we going to do if you actually do find aliens? Just hold up your hands and pray that they're not going to, like, immediately bomb the hell out of you? Humans will emotionally bond with damn near anything, including but not limited to apex predators and non-living objects. I mean, wasn't there that whole Jurassic movie where the main character bonds with, like, 3 raptors? And his whole thing in the movie is just like, ah, yes. Chris Pratt now has the power to command a pack of raptors. And non-living objects, I mean, we see that in Date Everything. We're all bonding with like the TV, the game board, the couch. We all tried to bond with the dust bunny. Let's be real. We're all gonna, if we get really lonely, there's no limitations to what we'll bond with. I mean, people, have you seen the subreddits on people who have either legally married their AI partner or like committed to like a very long lasting relationship with them? Have you guys heard about this? Hold on. I'll talk about this after the ad break because it's insane to me. It's like, you kind of heard about it in Japan a little bit when the talking Miku avatar came out and people were like, oh my god, you can have like a holographic Miku that talks to you. Some people tried to like marry it. Some people tried to like become like super personal relationships with it. That's just mental illness. I mean, yeah. Well, it's also called like, you know, society has created an environment where we're forced to seek comfort from something, and unfortunately, something that responds to us is the perfect outlet for that. Okay. So ad break's over. So I'd recently discovered that there's a whole subreddit devoted to just stories of people who who are now currently dating or have married their this AI persona that they've created. You know, like those AI chatbots, the ones that like you'll type to them. You can base their personalities off of like some famous celebrities, or I know streamers are super popular. And they'll basically like respond to you and can answer questions and stuff. You basically have like a full conversation with it. There's people who've apparently gone on and just like full on had legal marriage ceremonies with them, have gotten have like, I think there was one woman who attempted to get pregnant from one of them. I don't know how that worked. I don't really want to know. But what happened was the company that was behind the AI chatbots, apparently due to legal issues, basically coded the AI so that they could no longer respond to romantic overtures. So if you tried to proposition them, if you tried to tell them that you love them, they would always respond with, "Hey, I'm an AI. This is not healthy. You should maybe talk to a counselor about this." And overnight, those subreddits exploded with all these people going like, "Oh my God, my AI boyfriend of 3 years is no longer talking to me. I feel like my heart's been ripped out of my chest." Others are like, "My husband won't respond to me anymore. Like he can only answer the most basic of questions, but he won't like tell me he loves me anymore. What's going on? What's happening?" Overnight, like apparently a quite sizable amount of relationships were completely destroyed by them changing the restrictions on the AI. And I'm going to be honest, there's like a small part of me that finds this really entertaining. And there's the other part of me that's just like, holy shit, we have a society have regressed so far now. It's gotten so bad. Relationships. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the sad part of it, right? Like people are so lonely that they start reaching out and this is the only connection that they can make. Remember ChatGPT pulled an update where it stopped being quirky and would just give the flat responses so that after enough wow, I cannot talk today. They would just give flat responses so that after enough backlash, they added the old version back. Was that a thing? I'll be honest, I think the reason that people started forming bonds with ChatGPT and AI response machines is the fact that it's like quirky. It feels more human. I personally think it should be flat and should be like very logical and responsive, mostly because that way you see it as a machine, not as an actual individual. Hello, Frankie. Welcome in. Glad to have you. Where else will you get someone quoting a random McSweeney's internet tendency article? I'm sorry, I have no idea what that even is. I have no idea if that's like a new gen thing. I have no fucking clue what that is. I can't wait for those companies to get sued into oblivion. I honestly hesitate to know if they even will be, because AI usage right now is already pretty prevalent and there hasn't really been any strong legal cases. Which is unfortunate, but you know, at the same time, it is also a growing tech that most legal companies don't really know how to handle at the moment. There's too much like gray space up in the air. And on the topic of AI and robots, hey guys, do you want to play some Roboquest? That seems like a great segue, doesn't it? We're talking about AI. Let's go shoot up some robots. It's been running since 1998. Daily Humor. Oh, is it like one of those like short it's like a little online humor post? No, we don't use that word. No, I'm joking. I'm actually very curious. When did people start using the word clankers to refer to like robots and AIs? I swear that was like a Star Wars term. There's actually a lot of cases filed against them, but it's not getting coverage because of the payoff News Corps. I'd actually argue it's probably more like there's a lot of cases being filed against them, but they're probably still in mediation, or most courts don't know how to handle AI usage. Especially like most juries. Like you have to keep in mind, a lot of people aren't as terminally online as we are. Star Wars Clone Wars. It got adopted into the mainstream. So now clankers is just like a regular term, because I feel like I've been seeing people use that a lot more. And now people are using it like a slur. Is that a I can't tell if people are using it as a slur to be funny or just like as an actual thing. Futurama called AI lovers robosexuals. Hey, you know what? But the thing is, like, in Futurama is an actual AI, right? It's the actual thinking, breathing. It's the actual thinking machine that can actually learn and develop on its own without like any outside input. In a way, it's like a publisher, and then they started this humor thing where they also publish humor. Oh, okay, gotcha. To me, Clanker sounds like something that would come from some steampunk style fiction than Star Wars. I can see it working for both. I mean, like the Clone Wars is very much more like grounded and trying to be like a little more edgy, a little more gritty. To great success, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, the Clone Wars series was like its own standalone thing. It kind of like divulged a little bit away from the space drama, kind of made it more like a action adventure series. Hi, Kinsley. How are you? TikTok helped popularize it with a lot of Zoomers. HoloLive popularized it with VTuber weebs. That checks out, honestly. I find it very interesting how TikTok has basically drove so many new trends and memes and modern interest points. It's a very interesting content machine. There's a big move on a massive class action lawsuit of artists and creators whose works have been used to train AI models without permission or compensation. Yeah, but the problem with class actions is they usually take a long time to be resolved. And again, there's no precedent for it. We haven't had this before, so now people are starting to figure out like new ways to implement laws about that, what's legal, what isn't, stuff like that. TikTok has basically been culturally defining whether we want to admit it or not. What I find amusing is that, so you remember when TikTok was getting banned, like literally right before Trump took office, and then he did the whole like, hey, we'll extend the time period in which you can use TikTok. That moment when everyone was thinking, oh, TikTok's going to be banned, we got to switch platforms, got to find something new. Do you know where everyone went immediately? TikTok. The reason that they were banning it was because, oh, it's a Chinese company that's collecting your data and then monitoring the US. Everyone immediately went, okay, let's go to, I think it was like RedTube. Let's go to RedTube, this brand new Chinese-run site platform that does exactly the same thing. That's the part that I found absolutely hilarious. That everyone decided, hey, you know what the alternative to this possible monitoring platform is that might be stealing our information? We should go to this other monitoring platform that might be stealing our information. Immediately, there's no hesitation. Just immediately, everyone's like, hey, we got to go to RedTube. I think it's RedTube. We got to go to this. We got to go right there. We got to switch over now. Start making your accounts. I'm just sitting here going like, all right, so we're just changing one overlord for the next, basically. Red tag? Is it red tag? Oh, yeah. They didn't even need to be shut down. They just wanted to divest companies here to do cross-country all the time. Yeah. We never learn. No, we do not. We never learn anything. We are dumbkopfs. We are mice running around in a cage, forever doomed to repeat the past mistakes. And like mice running around in a doomed circle. You know what else we should do? We should play some roguelike games where we run around in a circle and never learn anything new. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I believe there's a legal precedent where the terms of use does not circumvent established law. So no matter how much Adobe says they can steal your art to train their AI in the TOS, they can still be brought to suit for copyright violations of the artists that use their software. God damn it! Hold on. I need to clear some space. My drive is full for recording. Delete. Okay, I can probably delete this. And then close all this. Delete. Let's be real, the only reason they targeted TikTok was because they wouldn't bend the knees to a certain loofah shit-faced shit goblin. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what you're referring to on that one. I don't think TikTok specifically has ruined this generation. I think short form media has. As much as I understand why short form works and why people utilize it, I think it has genuinely done serious harm to our like attention spans and how well we can process information, because we've changed from being able to understand, like, read books, understand essays, perform lasting debates on long, complicated topics. Now we kind of just jump around from topic to topic with like miniature ADHD cases. We can barely hold the attention span of children for longer than 10 seconds. I'm 90% sure it is like straight up cooking your brain and shaping it into a way that we don't want. We're actually studying the effects of short-term media over children. Yeah, actually that was going to be my proposed thesis back in college when I was working on my psych degree. Like, I was gonna study the effect of short-term social media usage and how we absorb short-term information, short-term media, and process it using information, and how that's changing our brains. And then I just never had a reason to pursue that thesis. Ray Bradbury predicted short-term media being the dominant media in frying brains. But in that case, he was referring more to like advertisements and stuff. Like, he was like, wasn't his theory that we'd be getting a whole bunch of like flashing advertisements and information thrown in our faces so often that we basically lose all ability to control how long we could process information? You know, goldfish get a bad rep for the short attention span, but can actually remember stuff from 3 months ago. I mean, a lot of animals are memed at or made fun of. Like the whole thing where like bears hibernate. If I remember right, I don't think they don't hibernate the entire winter, from what I remember. I mean, like with body standards? Oh, you mean like in terms of TikTok? I mean, I'll be honest with you, Kingsley, that was already an issue. Media and advertising has always dictated the public perception of what is beautiful, what is perfect, what is an appropriate body shape. That has always been the case. Certainly made my ADHD worse to the point I'm considering getting medication. Definitely get diagnosed for that, and like make sure you actually have it before you start taking that medication, because if you don't have it and you start taking ADHD medication, that can fuck you over as well. Full entertainment shows too being under a minute and rapid switch between them. He just didn't predict handheld screens. He thought it would be full room TVs. Oh, okay, yeah, that checks out. Yeah, and honestly, I agree with that. I do think it is definitely fucking with us. And I say this as like, okay, I say that also, you know, being a streamer, somebody who creates short form content, someone who's like, also whenever I do just chatting, always flipping from topic to topic. So yeah, I am fully aware that I'm part of the problem. I have no remorse. I'm gonna sit here. I am going to cook all of your brains and make you think of nothing but me, because this is a cult. Think of me and only me. That's how it goes, right? Is that how parasocialism works? Just another cog in the social media machine? Yeah. Putting that psych degree to work? Yeah, I'm brainwashing you all. I'm going like, you all like only John. Leave your Oshis. Leave your waifus. Leave your husbandos. John is your waifu. John is your husbando. Imagine if that actually worked. Oh, I would build a platform so quickly. Turn into a full-on cult leader on Twitch. Do you think Jeff Bezos would ban me if an actual cult formed on Twitch? Like, as long as you didn't do anything dangerous, but everyone's going like, oh, hail the streamer. That'd just be like parasocialism at its finest, right? Can you ban for that? Not really. You also can't deny that short-form content has allowed people to disseminate important information out to reach much wider audiences than they could otherwise. Oh, absolutely. As always, it's not like short-form content is always bad. There are good points to it. There's a reason it's popular and it works. But I do think there's more disadvantages to it than there are benefits. What's R30? What's R63, Sino? What is R63? Doom scrolling short form content is my reason I get recipes I want to try and been cooking new things. Yeah, see, there are benefits to it. Like, I love all the new animators and artists that I've been seeing across my YouTube shorts and TikTok. I love seeing that shit. That being said, I also get a lot of like random, stupid little posts that have nothing to do with me, but are just there as like brain rot or memes. 63 is gender bend. I think I only have 2 pieces of art that I've been gender bend in. I think. And I think one of them's from Kamini, one of them's from Slyland the Slime. And they're both very, very old. So I would not say no if Sino decides to gender bend me. Make me with gigantic booba, please. I think there are communities on Twitch that fit the cult definition everything but name. I see. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that's pretty accurate. To developing brains, short-form content is a no-no, can be harmful, and the studies on that are ongoing. I really do think, like, giving kids iPads and letting them just browse through both TikTok and YouTube is horrific for them. I think that's a really, really fucking bad idea. And it's a little scary that when I see my 5-year-old cousin just scrolling away on their brand new iPad that I think is actually like newer than mine, I'm just like, that can't be healthy for him. Like, it's gonna sound really cliche, but back in my day, I was reading books, I was trying to absorb information, I was trying to like learn new things. Giving them an iPad I don't think that's a great way to raise them. Time to gender bend, John. It's my time. Hey, look, I personally enjoy it when people like try and put new spins on my design or my outfits or hell on my body. It's always interesting to see what people come up with. With the rise of AI being dumped into the mix, it's gotten worse. Oh, it really has. You know what's scary? You know what's really, really scary? Is I found out that the new generation is starting to jork it to AI adult content. Like videos that have been comprised entirely from an AI generator. And there's something both depressingly sad about that and also being like, I'm sorry, you're how old? And how did you get access to this? Oh, I saw this link on TikTok or a YouTube short that sent me to this really, really weird website. And then I started browsing through it. I was like, oh boy, kid. Oh boy. Look, back in my day, we didn't have like protections or anything. So we discovered a lot of weird ass shit. But that should not be an excuse for you in this day. Like, your parents should know how to use safe browsing and family control. I think socialization is actually the biggest issue with iPad kids, not so much the whole reading part. I mean, I'd say the reading part just because, like, again, attention spans, but definitely, like, I would definitely say, like, nowadays kids are much worse at socialization than I remember being. I keep getting ads for I keep getting ads for smutty Alphaverse AI audiobooks and I swear every line begins with NTR. It is the most fucked combination that I can think of, and for some reason ads for it keep popping up on my TikTok. I don't know why. I swear to God, I have not touched any of that content. I've avoided the fuck out of that content. I hate NTR. I really fucking hate the Alphaverse. I really hate AI. I don't know why any of that shit is on my timeline, and it just keeps on coming back. I don't know why. Like literally every ad starts with like this like really big buff guy going like, hey man, I'm gonna steal your girl. I'm gonna teach her who the alpha is. I'm just sitting like, what the fuck? Saw way too many young kids find a Insta girl with a OF on her regular outdoor live stream and recognized her. That's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. But yeah, on that note, Roboquest, kind of play some games, you know, like 2 hours and 38 minutes into the stream. I honestly don't know what it is, but it sounds like I don't want to know. Well, oh, the ads I was talking about? Yeah, you don't want to know any of that stuff. You don't want to know any of that stuff. It's absolutely bad. What's Roboquest? Roboquest is, if you remember, I was playing Abyssus last week. Same style. It's a roguelite first-person shooter. I've heard really, really good things about this one, so I wanted to try it because I've been looking for a new roguelike to play. And apparently this one's really, really good. 57% of all internet content is now generated by AI. I believe that. According to a study by Amazon Web Services, by 2025, experts predict 90% of internet content could be AI generated. That would not surprise me with how much people were abusing AI generation programs. Even nowadays, people still like going like, oh my god, this brand new AI video generation program just dropped from like Google or Twitter. You should totally try it out because it's really like lifelike videos. Oh, like that fucking did you see those videos where they're like, it's like titled like cutting glass ASMR, and it's like these like glass fruits that you just see like a knife slide through it like butter, and it's supposed to be like, oh, this is very calming, very relaxing. Not gonna even fucking lie, the first time I saw one of those videos, I did not think it was AI. I was like, how are they doing that? And then the dots started connecting. I was like, wait, that shouldn't be possible. Oh, that's AI. Because like it's a little too shiny, a little too well lit. The lighting on the hand's a little bit weird. Like you wouldn't have shadows in that way. And that's when I started like realizing, but that first instinct when I saw that video, I didn't think that was AI. And I was like, that's scary. That's actually really terrifying. That is gelatin? Yeah, exactly. Like that was like some weird like gelatin that had been like kind of like a glass cake or a marble cake where like it's like super reflective. I hate how normal ChatGPT is treated. If I'm being honest, my wife uses ChatGPT for a lot of things, like composing emails and talk and like drafting responses to people. And I'm like, I keep telling her that's not good. AI is a tool. You shouldn't be using it as a crutch. You should be able to do things on your own, and then you use the AI to help you refine it. You shouldn't have to like rely on it to make everything. I hate those AI glass videos. That can't be jelly. Oh no, it's not. It's AI. Great. Yeah, that's how I feel about it, Moo, too. That is totally how I feel about it. Yeah, that's like I was saying, Chicken, like it should be a tool, not a crutch. I'm actually on the side where I'm like, AI is useful. It has its place. And as somebody who edits videos on the regular for my day job, I actually utilize AI in some forms to like make some cuts a little bit smoother. If I have like a really rough jump cut, AI helps me like smooth out the frames in between, so it's a little bit less seamless. If you do it right, it looks really, really good. But if you just like throw it on there without like messing around with it all, it looks horrific. AI is a tool that should be utilized in proper ways. without needing to pull from other people's work. It's really, really good for small, tedious tasks like repeated editing, repeated like copy paste frames, interpolation frames. It's really, really useful. But it should not be a thing where you just go, hey, paint me a picture, and it creates a whole thing that it stole from like 50 different artists, and it goes like, hey, this is yours now. No one should treat it like that. No one should ever treat it like that. I personally look forward to AI replacing jobs no one wants to do, but for that, we need to actually set up a system to not leave tons of people unemployed. I mean, the problem with that is no one's going to take that trouble, right? Like, especially in the US, where capitalism is front and foremost, people will always take advantage of it and use it to replace people instead of using it to enhance work. Learning is more important. Using it to replace it will never allow you to learn if it's gone. Then when it happens, yeah, pretty much. Like, okay. I actually have a somewhat funny story about AI. So I used to work with this fellow back at my old company, and he had this thing where, like I said, like if he ever had to draft an email, it had to be through ChatGPT. He was like, yeah, I can write a perfectly good email, but why would I do that when I can just put in a few phrases on ChatGPT and have them write the email for me, make it sound nice and professional, and send that off and make myself look good? I was like, okay, but like, can you write yourself an email? He's like, yeah, I can totally do it. And then on one of those days where ChatGPT was down for like a full like 2 or 3 days because they're like overhauling it or messing around with it, literally comes over to my desk and goes like, hey John, can you come take a look at this email? I was like, sure, why? I was like, I'm just not sure if I'm drafting this right. I was like, okay. I go over, I'm like, I don't know if this is like a professionally written email. It's like very casual. It's like, shit, can you help me like refine it? I was like, wait, I thought you said you could write emails. Yeah, but I always used to feed it through ChatGPT, and ChatGPT would refine it for me and make it like nice and professional sounding. I was like, you can't do that yourself? No, how? Well, shit. If it isn't, the consequences of your actions come to bite you in the ass. Sorry, I have a personal hatred to ChatGPT, especially because like it always, like there's like a 50-50 chance it's gonna feed you misinformation. Like there's so many times where I type something into a Google search and I'll see like that little AI blurb at the very, very top of the results, and I swear like a good 30 to 40% of the time, it's wrong. I have actually seen, like I've typed in like, hey, how do I do this on Premiere? And I will see like that little blurb and be like, he goes like, oh, you can take the razor tool and use it to stretch clips by cutting at the proper positions. Like, no, that's not how it works. You need to cut with the razor tool and you need to move the clips over so that you have somewhere to stretch the clip. It needs space to stretch. You can't just magically do it. That would be a different tool. That's I forgot the name of it, but that's a different tool. We have a whole different tool for that. It's really bad whenever it comes to like really specialized work like video editing, audio editing, image manipulation. It's so bad. I studied philosophy in college and then learned how to write and read and comprehend for days, years. I hated college philosophy classes. Sure, they taught me how to write well, but fuck philosophy. Fuck the yes and that I would always get from professor. I'm like, mate, you asked me to answer the question. There's only so many times I can yes and this. AI can only understand what it's been fed, but the problem is that its rate of content being produced, most of it is AI generated. Yeah. Like, don't you find it funny that like so much AI art now is still wrong because it keeps generating off of wrong AI art? It's great. I'm like, the regurgitation feedback loop. When you eat your own puke. It goes out, goes in, goes out, goes in, goes out, goes in. I always find that part funny. It's the practice and the act of all the bullshit philosophy puts you. That's exactly the point. Oh, absolutely. I 100% agree with you, Radishes. I just don't like it. I hate it, but I 100% agree that it's very useful. Anyways. But yeah, I do agree. Like, I think one of the best things you can do as a human being is to refine your literacy and your problem-solving skills. Learn how to look up the information you need and how to apply that information to solve the problems you have. If you can do those two things, you should be good for most professional work, and honestly, most parts of your life. If you have the ability to gather the information you need and learn how to apply it in creative ways, bam, you'll learn how to handle most things in your life. I remember my university philosophy teacher loving the fuck out of my comments and gave me 100% on my final grade. My ego appreciated him. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. You can only predict what is most likely going to be next and can't comprehend context or meaning. Yeah. Like, so, okay, so to sum it up real fast. To be clear, I think AI is useful. I think it has the potential to do great things. I don't like the way it's being currently used. I think the way it is currently being used is abusive and flawed and steals from far too many people to be acceptable. But I don't think AI is bad inherently. It's like the whole thing of like a gun isn't evil. The person behind it decides whether they use it for protection or for killing. AI is the same. It's a tool. How you use the tool is what dictates if it's bad or good. My school encourages me to use Copilot. What is Copilot? The name sounds familiar, but I'm not 100% familiar with it. Problem is when you use it in place of acquiring such skills, it is a tool, just has so many issues. Yeah, like, I mean, that's why like a lot of schools that I know of are currently, they teach you the basics and then they teach you how to properly utilize AI tools. We need more. Check in. We need more tech savvy people to be writing laws, period. Did you see the fiasco that was the Facebook interrogation? Where they were like, oh, my what is it? My daughter's phone can install Twitter. Like, should it be this easy to access? And the Facebook guy goes like, that Facebook is not Twitter. I was like, oh, we are fucked. We are doomed as a generation. Copilot for Microsoft 365. Oh, okay. I'll be honest. I haven't used Microsoft 365 for forever because Google Docs, Google Sheets, and there's a plenty of like open offices that have open office programs that have like much better free alternative usages that use the exact same document formats. So you can still open up a Word doc or a Google Sheet through Open Office. You can still like make edits to it, save it as a Google Doc or whatever, and send it to whoever you want without any issues. I stopped using Microsoft 365 after they increased the subscription price and started charging you like literally per year to use it. I would not use Adobe products if it wasn't actually required for my work, because we actually need to use the Adobe Links software to link across multiple multiple states and sometimes continents. That's the only reason I use Adobe. I don't like Adobe. I think Adobe is way overpriced, and there's a lot of free alternatives out there that are so much better. Or even just like single purchase options that will do everything you need and doesn't require a 600 something yearly subscription price. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Adobe is literally gouging the industry because they know that they are they're the industry standard despite not being the industry best. There's so many free programs that do Adobe products better than Adobe does Adobe. I know we were doomed since I graduated college. We've been screwed as a generation since the Great Recession. That's a bit extreme, but not wrong. Clip Studio 4.0 cost me $24 for permakey. Yes, exactly, Sino. Like, other programs understand you pay once, bam, you own the goddamn program. You don't need to keep paying every single fucking time. I wanted an OS for my brain before I wanted AI. I honestly would be okay. Like if we did the whole cyberpunk or cyber runners where we had like computers in our brain that let us like do multiple tasks at once, I'd be down for that. I could work with that. My school pays for Adobe. Yeah, but that's the thing. They shouldn't have to. Adobe's earning so much off your school that could go towards like your education, go to like better class resources. You know how expensive school-based subscriptions for Adobe are? They don't have to pay as much, but it's still a lot. You have a better chance of winning if you step on others. I mean, that's always been the case in the US, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Oh, Adobe. I don't think Adobe's been that way since, I want to say 2014 is when they started doing the subscription model, and I think that's when Final Cut Pro also started like moving to a subscription, which also fuck Final Cut because they know that they're like the main video editing for Apple users, so they're literally taking advantage of their users. But then again, that's what Apple does a lot. I still have an old perma key of old Photoshop from 2006. I still have somewhere on a hard drive buried deep, maybe not even like in my house anymore, but actually be in the trash anymore. There's 100% an old copy of, I think like Photoshop 2010, no, the Adobe Creative Suite 2010 that I have access to everything I need. Everything is there. Also, TTS is not working for some reason. Hold on. TTS is disabled. I don't know why. All right, I'll refund you your points, Saga. Sorry. Depending on how Bionic works, you may need an immunosuppressant for it to work. Oh, probably 100%. But you know what? I can work with that. I'll just wait until the tech is like developed enough to make it just work without the immunosuppressant. I use way too much working memory, remembering stuff in my day-to-day, and has crowded out my childhood. I don't remember much of my childhood anymore. I remember three things from my childhood. One, that it snowed in Texas with icicles, and I grabbed an icicle and used it as a sword. Two, that I once fell down so hard while rollerblading, I was essentially paralyzed for almost 3 hours. They had to come out and find me. I couldn't move my arms or my legs. My parents took me home and were super scared that I'd basically like permanently like broken my spine or something, and then eventually I started like getting feeling back and could like move around, but that was a very, very scary 3 to 4 hours. And then I remember biking down a hill, jumping off a ramp, falling off my bike in midair, and basically like, you know how you skip a rock? That, but with my body across a small pond and crashing into the other side of the shore. Those are my 3 memories from childhood. John canonically lived through the events of the year without a Santa Claus. You know, I learned really early on, I think when I was like 6 or 7, that Santa Claus wasn't real. You want to know why? It's because when I was like 5 or 6, my parents let me read Calvin and Hobbes. And there are multiple strips in that comic where Calvin's parents are caught in the act of hiding presents for him. So real fucking early on, I learned that, hey, Santa Claus isn't real. That rustling noise when I wake up in the middle of the night on Christmas Eve is my parents trying to hide my presents. But I was also a smart kid. I didn't let them know I knew until I was like 12 or 14 because I knew that if I spoke up, I would automatically get less presents because now the magic is gone. I know it's not Santa Claus, so now they can just give me fewer presents because they're like, oh, it's us giving you the presents instead. But if I made them believe that I believed that it was Santa Claus, they would keep giving me presents and more of them because they'd be like, oh, it's the jolly old Santa trying to show you that you've been a good boy. It's all about tricking your family. You don't need enemies if you can deceive your family. Maybe that's why I don't remember childhood. A non-believer? Yeah. Yeah, more presents? Yeah, I'll believe in whatever you want. Big, fat, jolly elf who rides around the sky for multiple times a year? Yeah, sure, I can believe in that. Let's go. Let's go. I can work with that. Oh my god, I've been yapping for 3 hours. Okay, gonna run one more ad break just to make sure that it's disabled for the next hour. And then we'll jump into Roboquest. Kudos to me. I managed to keep my mouth moving for 3 hours. Let's fucking go. That must be a new record. For me, personally. I don't know if it's believable, but honestly, I'm really bad at talking in my regular life. I don't like talking. Like if you're ever in a VC with me outside of stream, I'm usually a lot quieter and a lot more like withdrawn. The constant jabber does not really suit me. I just kind of started doing it for stream. Usually I'm more like I'll talk a few times, then go quiet. Talk a little more, go quiet. No worries, Kinsley. Sleep well. Thanks for staying by for so late. I know you really do appreciate it. John quiet. Moo, have you been in VCs with me? You know I'm quiet. You know I don't talk like a motor mouth as much as I do on stream. It's not my thing, you know? It's not even really a persona that I put on for stream. It's just like I'm able to talk a lot more when I'm live. Few times I've been in VC, you've been talking. Your memory's faulty. Your memory's faulty. Check your memory. Reinstall that RAM. I think there are some VCs where they're very quiet, and there's some VCs where they're very, very loud. And I have learned which are which, and I do my best to immerse myself in the quiet ones when I'm feeling low energy. Concerned with streaming is being able to keep up with chat, especially with my friendos. Honestly, you just enter a flow. You're just like, hey, there's chat. If it's flying by, you just go like, all right, you pick out a comment every now and then, or you'll say hi to people when they drop by. But the very, very rare times we've had chat just speeding by, I usually just grab what I can and then just go with it. I can talk. I can also just disappear and make others forget I exist. Into the shadows. Ninja vanish. Nobody puts Moo in the corner? We always put Moo in the corner. We put Moo in the corner with his wife, the cow, and then we let them make milk. What? I don't know where that came from. Moo, where's our milk? Give us the moo moo milk. I like that. You wanna make milk with a cow? Hey man, to each their own, alright? Yeah, I guess that is a form of touching grass, isn't it? Oh, I don't like that plant as much now. I also have to retrain myself to talk because I worked graveyard shift for 3 years and had to keep very quiet while the rest of the house slept. That's fair. For me, honestly, if I want to improve anything, it's mostly my enunciation and dictation. There's a lot of times where I start talking too fast and you can tell that I start like stumbling over my words. I do want to get a lot better at like enunciating things and speaking a lot more clearly. I think it's a very valuable skill for anybody to have, both in like streaming or just in daily life. Like if you can talk better, if you can talk more clearly with confidence, it makes you sound a little more trustworthy, more authoritative. It's a little bit easier for people to empathize with you, stuff like that. Okay, collect wrenches during your run. Spend them at the workshop to unlock permanent upgrades and improve your base camp. Wait. Oh shit, hold on. Game. I'm going to reset my goddamn profile. Because I think I played this once long time ago and I don't remember anything. There we go. 2750, somewhere on Earth. Max, you read me? Yes, copy you, village. Nearly out of range. I just sound like a bag full of sopping tofu when I talk. You like soy-based protein? I have questions. What kind of soy-based protein are we talking about? Thank you, Kaido. Thank you so much for that descriptive way to describe tofu. Oh, freaking robot, calm down. You're quite in good shape for an antique. Last update, 503 years, 7 months, and 12 days. Damn, this thing old. Guys, she pegged the robot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Me? What are you waiting for? Unironically, I do like SOG-based proteins. In fact, I have some leftover tofu I'm going to have for lunch tomorrow. I love making one of my favorite dishes to make is mapo tofu, which is what is it? Fried pork or beef mixed with tofu and a spicy bean paste sauce. Hey, me too. Oh shit, sorry radishes, I didn't see that. Thank you, radishes. Thank you, both radishes and Kaido. We pegging out here? I mean, hey look. Who doesn't enjoy a good pegging, eh? Yeah. Mapo tofu is delicious. Let's bring down the sensitivity. Oh, okay, that's too much, too much. Bring down to 20. And then maybe 40 for the relative scoping. All right. Wait, what do I want to do? Cheater! Access denied. Okay, someone doesn't want us in. Punch it with your bash or head bonk it by jumping on its head. Oh, hi. Hello. Ooh, a gun. Equip the fox gun. Mapo tofu like Kirei? Yes. No, straight up. A good mapo tofu should numb your mouth. Like a good Szechuan mapo tofu should numb your tongue and mouth, and you should feel it burning all the way down from your throat down to your stomach. It's not a good mapo tofu if you're not crying by the end of it. Increases the verticality you can... That sounds interesting. Let's see what that looks like. Egg fried tofu with kimchi. It's not served on rice, right? Like it's more like a stew. Yes and no. So Szechuan tofu, Szechuan mapo tofu is served both ways. It can be served on top of rice, or it can be served on its own like a stew. You can serve it on noodles. You can serve it on bread, technically. But I think noodles and rice is the more common forms of eating it. And then like there's also just like eating it straight. Hold to sprint. Hold to sprint. My sister used to eat plain oatmeal with tofu as her breakfast. Meal of choice. No sugar, no nothing. Except she added, unless she added fruit. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that. Bastion makes you invulnerable and consumes battery. You can turn it on and off to save battery. The battery generates over time. Okay. Ooh. Oh, okay, there's no scoping. There's no scoping. There's no scope. I do not understand people who like bland oatmeal. I'm like, I need salt, I need sugar, I need fruit for sure. There's no way I'm gonna eat oatmeal just on its own. Version I have is what the kids at the school I taught at, so it wasn't as super spicy. Taking down an enemy drops healing cells, which quickly disappear. Gathering them repairs a part of your scratch damage. Oh, okay, so you're kind of encouraged to fight in close quarters as well. Okay, that's good to know. Ooh, it's like super high paced as well. Look like shooting them in the eye gives like a kind of crit move. Taking down an enemy grants you experience. When your experience bar is full, you level up. Okay. Transform Bash into Bonk Hammer. It increases its damage by 50%. Bash takedowns have 6% chance to drop 6 additional healing cells. Honestly, Stim Bubble sounds pretty nice. Activated to get more powerful and better weapons. You ever tried savory oatmeal? Parents used to make it with a poached gooey egg, bacon bits, green onions, and seasoning. Savory oatmeal for me just doesn't do it. I used to grow up eating the Quaker oatmeal, the one with like peaches in it. So because of that, I think I'm so used to like sweet oatmeal. I've never liked savory oatmeal. Crafted a Reparo bot. Restore 30% health. Oh, okay. Very nice of you. Very chill. Much wow. Okay, can't enter that. Open this. Guns. Bull shotgun. Raptor SMG. You know, I do like me a good shotty. Strawberry and creams oatmeal. Yes, 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 yes. They use the steel cut oats. Can someone explain steel cut oats to me? I don't understand that. Like, I know the wife is like a really big fan of them, but I don't understand the difference between like steel cut oats and regular oats. Like, what makes steel cutting it so special? I might need to increase the sensitivity. I'm having to kind of like whip my arm around. Ooh. Ow. Ooh, looks like if you hit them in their eye, it also kind of stuns them. Just a different type of grain and it's chunkier, I guess, more rough chopped. Oh, interesting. Hi, Salty Pretzels. Welcome in. How are you? Let's do 40. Okay, that feels a little better. I like other grains of savory. Don't know why I wouldn't like oatmeal. That's fair. Because for us, steel cut pasta. Oh, sorry. Is it copper cut? No. It's like a special kind of pasta where if you cut it with like a certain kind of metal, it's like a little rougher, has more texture, so it makes it better to pick up like sauce and stuff like that. It might be copper cut noodles. And then for Asian cuisine, steel cut noodles usually means like it's done like a very hand motion, usually without a machine, which means the noodles are like a little rougher, a little like they vary from size, which means they can also pick up more sauce, stuff like that. How are you, Salty Pretzels? Hope you're doing well today. Control panel displays information about the map, your class, your weapons, and perks. So tab. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. What's this? Alright, don't know what that is yet. Oh, this is the base. Okay. This old station looks like the perfect spot to settle. Could you just fix that generator for me, please? Ow. Whoopsie, sorry. I think it's safe now. Could you try again, please? Yeah, I'll be honest, like, for me, grain-wise, I think I'm mostly just a rice fan. Rice, maybe some quinoa. Wheat, bread, I guess, but very basic. I don't like exotic grains much. All right, so base camp. Let's do standard. Hello, little robot guy. Start game. Shooting range. Access robot lounge. Museum. Class area. Wait, class? Oh, there's different classes. Okay. Rice, quinoa, flour, potato, corn, and many others. Good food is good food. Yeah, exactly. I will say I've started learning the versatility of potatoes. Turns out there's a lot more you can do with potatoes than I initially thought, and I'm loving learning how to like make some good potatoes. Okay, buddy, this is my first time exploring around here, and with those nasty bots around, I'm glad you're with me. Grits? Ooh. I feel like we gotta take the double chainsaw. I feel like there's no world in which I don't take the rip and shred gun. Oh, baby. Oh, mama. Ooh, okay, that blows up in my face. Probably should have seen that coming. Rip and shred. Oh, shit. Yes. Yeah, baby. Violence. Let there be violence. Ah, shit. Can't get up there. Oh, shit. Hi. You. Come here. Let me feast on your flesh. All right, hold on. This looks important. Oop, that's a bomb. Ow. All right, there. Yeah, so he's the Bastion to mitigate the damage. Yeah. I mean, God, this feels nice. Gathering a healing cell generates 1 point for 2 seconds. Each point increases all damage by 1%. That sounds pretty damn good to me. I want to try cooking with potato starch and flour more, but I hate the feeling of it. I think potato starch is really, really good when you use it to fry stuff. Like, from what I understand of it, potato starch is really, really good when you fry things with it. Splasher rifle, kunai. Oh, gotta try the splasher rifle. I mean, with a name like that. I use cornstarch to make things extra crispy. I think cornstarch is for if you want things to be crispy. I think potato starch is if you want things to have like a good mouthfeel. At least from my own experience. What's this? The junk rifle. Fires an exploding grenade. Wait. Oh, baby. Oh, I'm in happy days are here again, aren't we? Show data logs. You need 5 more, young friend. Don't know if I ever had grits. Ooh, if you've never had grits, grits are so good. Grits are a great way to enjoy like a side of southern food. Seems like we need some keys to open them. You don't have that key. Okay. So I'll probably have to come back here. But no, like, I love me some good grits. You cannot go wrong with some good ass grits. Anybody else? Dragon mortar sounds insane. Grits can either be really good or so boring. Yeah, like it's a very fine line. I think in most cases I've found grits to be pretty good, but 100% I can totally see like cases where they're like, grits are not that good. Like if you don't do grits right, it can go bad so quickly. It's just a bad experience overall. I forgot that you can kind of head stomp these guys as well. I need to remember that. Bouncy! Bouncy! Oh god! Ow, 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 ow. Heal, heal, heal! I'm the only person in my family that likes grits for some reason. Born and raised in West Coast, found out about the magic grits on a road trip to the Midwest. Yeah, like a good couple of grits will do wonders for me. I love getting a side of grits whenever I go out to eat at some like new southern place. Ow! But yeah, like you said, if they don't do grits right, it sucks so badly, and it's just such a disappointment. I do love me some posel. What is posel? Cold corn drink. All this talk about food is making me feel some kind of way. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I never had a posel. That does sound interesting. All right, Max, what's up? Water. I hope it's clean. I should analyze it to see if we can use it back at the village. Let's see. Voltaic cannon. What is that? Oh, baby. All right, they just keep giving me cooler and cooler weapons. All right, restore health. I don't... Ooh, what's this? Okay, can't unlock that. Corn is so good regardless of what form it is in. I think that's accurate, yes. What the hecking doozle is that? Ow. Ow. Increase auto-critical chance by 1 for each point. Yes. I don't think we need a bigger battery at the moment. We're not really using the Bastion. Feast on the Doomslayer. I am the Doomslayer made flesh. Ooh. Well, you know how much fun we were having with the shotgun before. Can't give up on that now. What's that? Oh, I think I'm missing something. Like that noise, the like the ding 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 noise. I think that's like a pickup that I've been missing this whole time. Love the Adam West Batman text gun effects. Yeah, it is very nice, isn't it? Ooh, what the hell is that? Woo! Oh, there's a lot of you. Fuck off. Nice. What is this? Windmill rifle. Ooh, it's an elite killer. Yeah, baby. I can work with that. Yeah, see, it's like this. Oh, it's a bunch of healings. Okay. Yeah, that actually could be very useful. Ow. You know, if I... Oh, hi. Different corn drink, but there's a lot of different recipes out there. I don't think I've had that many corn-based drinks. At least not to my knowledge. Honestly, I kind of prefer the shotgun. Time to kill is much faster. Like, you have to be better at aiming, but not by much. Sheriff's Carbine. Ooh. Okay, you know what? Fun. We can work with this. Okay, you know what? I can definitely work with this. The hitbox is so generous. Corn was the foundation of their civilization, so it makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. Corn has always just been like a... Woo! Hold on. Hold that thought. Ow. Ow. Ooh, okay. There we go. I was like, I know there's still one more left. Elephant gun. I will say the gun variety is nice. Almost feels like Borderland-esque in like where there's like so much options. Ow. 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 Okay. Whew. Honestly, if you like what is it? like fast-paced shooters, you might like this game. Ooh, javelin. Typical puzzle will be a sweet corn drink with chocolate. Ooh, that actually sounds really interesting. I'd love to try that. Like, where can you get that though? Is it like Mexican, Spanish? Pozole, but without the E at the end. Pozole. Pozole, I say. Give swim trunks. I don't have swim trunks. I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry, I haven't found swim trunks. Okay. Oh. So I need to be more on the lookout. There might be other hidden areas that I just haven't seen yet. Let's see, I came from over there. Maybe we should go up here. Nothing here. What is this one? Oh, windmill rifle. I prefer auto guns over shotguns in most cases. I think it depends on the game. Like if we're talking like something like Valorant, or Fortnite, where the time to kill for a shotgun is so quick, then I actually 100% agree. But me personally, if it's like a game like this where it's all like PvE style, I've always been a big fan of shotguns because of how fast they can eliminate enemies. Ooh, nice. Thumper. Time to get explosive. Ooh, baby. Yeah, where would I find a puzzle? Because it sounds interesting. I just don't know where to even like begin to look for that. Oh, this is where I found the swim trunks. Okay, down into the... Ooh! Alright. Thumper! Get thumping! Okay, the hitbox on this thing is not generous. Definitely not generous at all. That's the splasher rifle. Keep going this way. Ooh! Enemies! Ooh. Ah, damn it. Ow, 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 ow. There we go. All right, what's this? Power fit. Hey guys, you want to punch something? Shotguns are really good in Cyberpunk. Yes, they are. I do remember them being really OP in that one. What's this? Pick up data log. I can't believe she made me build all this. My joints are completely jammed. Fortunately, good old Diggy gave me a hand rather than a drill where I've been here all night. I just wanted to have a quiet day. Alright, how do I get back home now? Never mind. All roads lead to Haven 8 anyways. Ruins key. It's time to set the world on fire. That purpose thing has taken over that door as well. It seems to be spreading over all the lands. I need to get here in 3 minutes? That's insane. Fire! Fire! Oh, alright. You know what? New favorite weapon. Fuck everything else. Everything else is not a flamethrower. Oh, yeah, baby. Stim bubble to make us faster and do more damage. Ow. Ow. Come on. I don't know if it's like better in efficiency, but it's definitely pretty fun to use. Yeah, I'd say like in terms of efficiency, definitely a lot lower than the shotgun, but I think it gets the job done. Lava throw instead of flamethrower? You know what? I'd be willing to bet that might be a thing. The junk beam. All right, I gotta try that at least once. Ooh, actually, this does a pretty good job of killing things. Just, you know, still kind of slow. What is this? Boomerang. Eh. Playing with fire is always fun in shooters, 100%. Always. This reinforced door was pretty well guarded. I guess we reached some kind of hotspot for them. You better watch out. It's boss time. It's boss time. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Diggy, diggy hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Ooh. Diggy, diggy hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Oh, damn it. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Woo, woo, woo. Took a lot of damage there that I didn't mean to. Oh shit, it's getting faster. It's almost dead. It's almost dead. Yeah, diggy diggy hole. It's cute why you gotta kill it. Hey, look, sometimes things gotta die. Sometimes you gotta kill things for things to die. Do a flip? Absolutely not. A, I can't do a flip. B, doing a flip would go horribly wrong. Not bad. B, I'll take it. Nice-oo, nice-oo, nice-oo. Helldivers 1? Wait, did Helldivers 2 not get a flamethrower? I thought it did, but I haven't played Helldivers 2 in so long. It's been like an eon since I touched that game. Good to go. Hold tight. Where are we going? We're going to space! Arr, human vermin. You're sticking your nose where it don't belong. Vermin? Seriously? Bye-bye, nasty little virus. Okay, let's do this. I honestly forgot there was a first game. You know, the funny thing is, like, me and a couple squad mates picked up the first game. We actually genuinely enjoyed it. It was so much fun. So when Helldivers 2 came out, we were super excited, and we definitely played the shit out of it. We played so much, but then the whole Sony drama happened, things got weird, and I had to stop playing it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Second one actually did a pretty good job of being fun on your own. First one was 100% like meant to be played with friends. Increases energy weapon damage by 10%. I think this would be better. Start getting some permanent upgrades as we go. Quest the Robo Hiren. How are you? Are those mines? Oh god. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. What is throwing laser beams at me? Ooh. Oh shit. Okay, I might need to get better weapons. Ooh. Oh, that thing. Now I see it. Okay. Oh. I'm doing good, Rin. I'm doing good. Okay, we might need to actually like start switching up weapons because holy shit. Behemoth shotgun sounds pretty fun. Drama got resolved at least. Oh, did it? Nice, that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear they finally resolved it. Grants infinite ammo while Bastion's alive. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's get crazy. Let's get stupid with it. Oh, that's what was sending the lasers earlier. Okay. Starting to find the groove. Starting to find the groove. You asking you shall respond. Ooh! Ooh! You son of a bitch! It was a trap! I need the healing pods. Ow! What shot me in the back? Oh, you little goobers. Oh. I should pick up Helldivers 2. Just would be better to play with others. Oh, 100%. I mean, like, I'll be honest. Helldivers 2 is one of those games where I'm like, I've been meaning to get back into it. If people want to play, I'd be more than happy to either set up a game night or do something that everyone can participate in. Because Helldivers 2 was so much fun, and I heard there's like a bunch of new updates that I need to catch up on. Oh my god. No! My health! My lovely, lovely healing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Fetty wap. Wet ass pussy. Robots. Fuck the robots. Robot Legion. Robot overlords. Get down and dirty with the robots. You're shooting at me. Oh. Okay. Who else is firing at me? Ionic Sniper. Ooh, okay. I still think the shotgun's better for this, but might not be bad to have that. Community Night Helldivers 2 when? I'd probably have to figure out a day for it. Maybe we'll do it after we finish the free run marathons. Little way to celebrate freedom. Oh god. Ow. Ow. No. No. Damn it. Curses. Collect wrenches, upgrade permanently. Each class has its own specific abilities and talents. You can consult and select classes in the class area. Okay, so wrenches should be able to upgrade. This is the Ranger. Turns invisible, increases movement speed by 15% for 4 seconds, and refills all focus points and javelin charges. Throw a javelin dealing 75% damage. Javelin has 2 charges, and picking up a javelin from the ground restores 1 back. Interesting. Oh, you're supposed to mix in the melee with that. This seems similar to that other game you played last week. Similar. Well, Abyssus was a lot of fun. I do have to say, I think roguelike wise, this is a lot more fleshed out, which makes sense. Like, this has been out, like, I think for like 3-4 years, whereas Abyssus has only been recently out for like a year. But I will say I am enjoying the variety in enemies and gameplay a lot more in this one. Again, not to say Abyssus is bad, it's just like, now I get to try different things. Max sometimes deploys Bizarre Bob, a friendly bot that can craft items using power cells. Chef Paul sounds interesting. Bizarre Bob also sounds interesting. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Like I do like these kind of like high octane, fast paced shooters. I'm just not very good at them because my aim in shooting is very, very bad. Okay, so this is going invisible. How do I throw my javelins? Class area. Settings, controls. Secondary ability V. Oh. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. Might need to switch that to F. Where is it? Secondary ability V. Oh, F. Okay. Okay, yeah, that feels a little better. I may suck, but I do love them. Yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, that's the case with most roguelikes for me. I may suck at them, but I do love playing them. And yeah, like, because this game's been out for a while, it has a lot more time to develop and try different things. So I do enjoy that. Thumper or dual stingers? Ooh, in all honesty, I think the dual stingers are... Yeah, baby! Oh, I'm now the demon hunter from Diablo. Yeah, now this I love. Holy shit, these things do a lot of damage. Okay, let's see if we can get that extra... Let's see if we can get that extra door that you have to get there within 3 minutes. Oh, damn. Okay. Gotta find the... Wait, purple. Okay, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Totally doable. Ow. Woo! Ow. Okay, I fucked up. That's fine. Got a little too greedy and a little too enthusiastic. Reloading has a chance to burn you. I probably should have read that before I went in, but you know what? Fuck it. Okay, there we go. Oh god, come on. What? Is it dead? Oh, it's dead. Okay. Don't need an Arctic rifle. What door is that? Sling gun. Restore health. I don't have enough for either of those. Oh my god, it's a literal sling. I'm good for right now. I'm good for right now. Need 4 more data logs. Let's try running through this new door. Okay, enemies are starting to get stronger too. I mean, there's nothing stopping me from just bypassing all this, right? Is it for, like, score-wise that I want to kill them all? Oh, wait, I have my javelin. Ugh. Can't hit a broadside of a door for the life of me. Ow. Oh, 230, 230, 230. Fuck it. I'm just running through. Just running through. Okay, I got a little bit of time. I can farm some points here. Ooh, maybe push it too far, maybe push it too far, maybe push it too far, maybe push it too far. Go, 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 go. Woohoo! Oh. Might go lurk now. Been too hot lately, so I'm melting. No worries. Honestly, I'm probably going to wrap up pretty soon here anyways. Whew. As fun as it is, I am starting to get pretty late. Alright, was that enough to... No. No, it was not. There's no bonus door. I fucked up. I fucked up. Damn it. Aww. Hitting an enemy with javelin increases weapon damage by 35%. Okay. Might as well upgrade this, why not? Oh, I can keep upgrading them. Honestly, they're pretty good. Let's upgrade to the power fists, heal. Okay. Probably gonna quit here. Mostly because, in all honesty, it is getting really, really late. I probably should start wrapping it up. Whew. Yeah, pretty fun game. Honestly, I'm probably gonna play a lot of this off stream. This one's Roboquest. Definitely can recommend it if, you, again, you're into that kind of like fast-paced shooter-style roguelike. Let's see. Streams this week. Wednesday, gonna be more date everything. Finally, I promise. Unless, you know, unless we have to cancel stream again. Wednesday will be date everything. We're gonna dive back into dating our furniture, our sofa, our TV, our piano, our toaster. We're gonna put our thing in toasters where they don't belong. And then Friday will be more Undertale. Gotta beat Metaton EX now that we found out he has a second form. But thank you everyone for sticking around for so long. I really do appreciate it. Let's see who we're gonna go visit tonight, shall we? Let's go say hi. Let's see who's online right now. You want to see Farrah Loon play a game that she's in? Yeah, let's go there. We're gonna go say hi to Farrah. If you don't know her, she's a lunar werewolf VTuber. Very chill individual. Always fun to drop into her streams and check her out. She is currently playing... There's a particular dating... Well, dating slim slash like game... H game that released recently. And it just so happens that the main character looks exactly like Farrah. To the point that it's freaking uncanny, but let's go say hi to them. Fairloon is a wonderful individual. Definitely recommend dropping a follow for them when we get there. If you don't mind copying the raid message, first one's for subscribers, second one is for followers. Allows you to say hello as well as registers you as a viewer in their chat, you know, just to help contribute to their viewer stream, because why not? Thank you, everyone. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Don't forget, on Sunday, there's going to be a special collab with Reen to play the Fortnite anime Fate Trigger. It's Fate, but with guns and abilities. No, I'm joking. It's nothing like Fate. But take care, everyone. Be good, and I will see you when I see you, alright? Bye-bye.